go. That should fix it. There we go. Okay. So as I was saying, among other things, today we will be doing mostly Bounty Hunter, as I haven't even started it yet, as well as some treasure hunt. And as you can also somewhat tell, I had to do a Windows 10 update. Took a lot longer than I thought it would. Thought it would take like 5 to 10 minutes. Took over an hour for it to go. And one of those things it did, apparently, is turn my mic off, because it changed my mic back to whatever the default thing was. But anyways, all that should be fixed now. Update's updated, mic is fixed, or at least set to the right mic now. And we should be good now. Anyways, sorry about that. So many technical difficulties this morning, but we're finally here. And we'll still be streaming for 3 hours, even though we're quite a bit later than normal, almost by like an hour and a half at this point. But anyways, let's get into Bounty Hunter stuff. And as I mentioned earlier too, well, you couldn't hear, but if you guys have any questions, team builds you want me to go over, anything of the such, just let me know, and I'll make sure to go over everything. And hello, William. Hello, JZG. Hello, Brian. Hello, Demon or Angel. Hello, hello, Trillpill? Hello, Alias. Hello, D. Hello, Painting. Hello, Alias. Wait, there's 2 Aliases? Oh, never mind. Same person. Hello, Churros. Hello, Adam. Hello, Jan. And hello, Tuck. And hello, Mario. Hello, Traylon. Hello, Enoch. And hello, everyone else. Hello, Redman. Hello, Elite. And was there any questions or statements in there? How much do you spend on this game per week? 0. Literally 0. Though I've spent about 250 total-ish, somewhere around there, on the game over the course of like 3.5 years. But I haven't spent a single cent on this game for like 8 months now, 6 months. I think ever since these things came into the game, the Soulforge resources. I don't think since these have I actually bothered spending any. And I mainly just spent that so we could get quick Dawnbringer and quick, what's his name, so we could show it for a video. That's the only reason why I bothered doing those. Let's see, anything else? Nope, that appears to be everything. So, let's go and start on Bounty Hunter then, because we have a lot of Bounty Hunter to do, to say the least. So, the new Bounty Hunter troop is 100% useless, but nonetheless, the rewards are still nice, so we still want those rewards. Unlike before, where I kept going up to tier 7, I believe we're only going to go up to tier 6. I keep going to tier 7, I don't know why I do. Really shouldn't, because if I'm not mistaken, we get everything we need just from going to tier 6. So there really isn't much of a need to go for that 7th. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure tier 6 is enough to get it to Mythic, and that's the only thing we really need, so that we get the full amount of points. So let's get all these. Every single copy that we're getting as the other drops are near useless, but of course we're going to get a bunch of Fang Blades here. When I say near useless, I mean I believe we already have like every single one of them Mythic, or at least the relevant ones are Mythic, like Parrot and stuff. Actually, yeah, I think all of them are Mythic, not just the relevant ones. Like, literally every single one I have, I believe, is Mythic. But anyways, get all these. This is why we've been saving our gems, by the way, too. Why we haven't been buying those, like, 50 gem things every day. We're just instead spending it for Bounty Hunter every single month, so that we get those rewards. And there we go. That should be enough now. And that should be enough to Mythic it, so let's go make sure we Mythic it before we bother using it in battle. That would be a fail if we didn't. Upgrade. And there it is, and that should be fully maxed out and fully traded. So we'll go get that, boom. Go get its traits, which are really easy. Oops, that's not what I meant to click. Get all that. And traits are pretty bad, but of course it has the Bounty Hunter bonus, and it's the Bounty Captain, so that helps out a lot with its double amount of points that it has this week. And there we go. It's going to be completely dead content after today, though, or after this week. Deals damage to an enemy, diseases them, and poisons them. You're never going to see this thing again after Bounty Hunter right now. A good majority of Bounty Hunter troops are useless, though. There's only 2 exceptions to this. Parrot and Feral Hound are about the only 2 exceptions out of every bounty troop that exists right now. Parrot is ironic, or not ironically, but oddly enough, despite being a rare, one of the best silence options in the entire game. It has 100% on 1 and 50% on 2 adjacents for a little bit of poke damage. So definitely not too bad for only 12 mana costs. And other than that, there's also the Feral Hound, which is actually what makes Bounty Hunter bearable. If it wasn't for Feral Hound, I probably wouldn't even bother playing Bounty Hunter. But it creates 8 purple and 8 red, and it barriers a random ally. And this makes it makes a Yagway basically just instant win every single battle, which is really cool. Anyways, let's go into battle. We're going to start off with 4. And then just go from there. So let's go get our 4 into this team. Let's go with Bounty and just get all of these situated. So what do we want to go with? Wait, I keep forgetting. There's only 7 bounty troops? Wow. Seems so little. Well, put that in there. Put a parrot in there. I don't know if we really need Feral Hound for these. Put a Rift Sphinx in there because I believe it can get 1 shot since true damage. And what's the other one we need? You're physical, right? Yeah, you're physical damage. So you can synergize with the parrot. What are we missing? Green? Well, you're useless unless we're up against... Never mind, you're still useless even if we are up against that stuff. So I guess we just run with Scavenger. We need a good green bounty hunter. Where are all the green bounty hunter troops? Like, no good ones. Okay. But we'll go with this initially because it gives us a lot of points and the early battles are so ridiculously easy. I think double yellow is the way to go. I don't want to minus anything. And it seems to be the only colors we really need a plus on other than green, but I don't think we really need a green. Where's double yellow? Double yellow, where are you? White home, there we are. Okay, this should be fine. So we're going to run initially with Fangblade, Parrot, Rift Sphinx, and Scavenger until we can't win anymore with that. Obviously, with these ridiculously easy battles initially, there's pretty much going to use anything. But 30 times multiplier, it's actually the highest multiplier you can ever have. We're completely maxed out. That'd be amazing if there was ever a point where you could win with 4 bounty hunters. Generally, you need to go 3 bounty hunter with another troop, or 2 bounty hunters with another troop to really actually be able to make it work. Anyways, though, ooh, Bone Naga, that could be annoying with its Reflect. But, yeah, let's get into things. Oh, Poisons, too! Ooh, I didn't think about that. Poison might be really annoying, as well as Scale Guard, just in general. But, Poison might be really annoying, given that it breaks Barrier when we start doing Barrier with our other thing. Bear Banner? What does Bear Banner do? It's minus purple into +2 brown, +1 red. I don't think I need that as much. I don't want to get rid of Rift Sphinx. It one-shots all these troops for several battles. So does everything on my team, but it will last a little bit longer in one-shotting compared to everything else on the team. So don't want to get rid of its ability yet. Yeah, 20 damage isn't too bad. So 20, or 21 actually. Oh, I forgot, it has Link, so it gains even more for every red on the team. Yeah, 21 damage is, it's obviously not ridiculously high, but it's true damage, so it hits through all their armor, which makes it decently higher. At least decently higher compared to this physical damage hit. Even though this is 7 damage higher, it's technically less damage, since this just ignores armor. Or at least once we get to some of the next few battles, when they actually have higher stats, that'll be a little bit more relevant. This battle doesn't really matter much. Doesn't matter at all. Everything we do just one-shots, essentially. Okay, so we'll go and let's take that one out. Why not? This is not like we're going to lose this. And there we go. And we should be able to get away with this until about the 8th battle or so. And then we start using Yagway for the rest of the battles. But while we still can, might as well use this for extra points. Uryali? Oh yeah, Uryali does come around, doesn't she? She could probably like 3-shot us, not to mention she has poison. So she'll keep getting rid of our barrier. Meaning that we can't even protect against her in most cases. That, or if we can protect against her, it's completely luck-based. It also makes it so we can't stack barriers, because the second she gets an extra turn, we wouldn't be able to stop her. Also, oh! She has 20% bonus this week. That's annoying. I can't even one-shot her with true damage right now. Well then. Yeah, reality is going to be annoying this week, isn't she? But let's go get rid of the other annoying thing on this team, which is actually his first slot. But yeah, we should be good to go from here. The only thing that's really left is Uryali. Though I can't even one-shot her. It's the second battle, and I already can't even one-shot her because of how high her stats are. Oh, I can with a skull. Oh, there we go. As I say that, she goes down. But ability wouldn't have been enough to take her out. Okay. Another Uryali. What's with all the Uryalis? Yeah, she's going to be really annoying if she's on the final battle. Yeah, lately, it's been better to do it on one of the earlier battles than it is to do it on 20. Most weeks, it isn't worth doing it on 20 because they or I don't know if they deliberately do it or not, but as of recently, the 20th battle has been very hard. And it's normally better just to do one slightly before it. Because if you lose even once on the final battle, you're losing out on a lot of points compared to having 100% win rate on one of the earlier battles. It's kind of like the whole ordeal with Guild Wars, where it's sometimes better to only use 3 colors instead of 4. Similarly, in this game mode, it's sometimes better just to go and do a slightly easier battle than bothering with one of the harder ones, because it would actually save you and give you more points overall. Even though it's less points per battle, you're not losing as many. And there we go, 2 bounty sigils, or another 2. Of course, that comes down to pure luck, but hopefully we'll find a lot more of those. I'm not really trying for a leaderboard, though. The only thing I'm trying for is all rewards. And as long as we get that, we should be good. Also, with that being said, let's go claim our current rewards. What do we even have here? Anything juicy? We don't even have any juicy rewards in all these initial ones. You don't get your first juicy reward until, like, tier 9. That is, like, so far away. I didn't even realize how far that was. Wait, where's the vault key? Isn't there 2 vault keys? Where's the first vault key? Oh, it's all the way at 13. I never even realized they were that far. Well, actually, technically that's not too far, because the amount of points we have right now is, I wouldn't say relatively easy to get, but still manageable, I would think. I would need to actually double check. I'll be doing that this week on my other account. Seeing how far you can actually get with an early game account. Just doing like standard bounty hunter, spending like almost no gems. I'll be testing that either later today or tomorrow. And we'll have a little video out for it too. Kind of just briefly going over and stuff, and strategy that I used, and teams, and all that good stuff. Anyways, back to the, I hate when I do that. Why did I leave all the way out of the menu? I like do that thinking that this goes back to like the previous menu. Like whenever I click on any of these, I'm like, oh, let's just go click back, because that'll bring me back to where I was, like the overview. And nope, it brings you all the way back to the out of the menu. I always do that. Anyways, on to the next battle. And should all be good? Yes. Don't think I need to mix anything up here. I'm just like looking over his team. Is like, no, it should be fine. Okay, let's get into it. Hello, Romaine. Welcome. Hey, we got another Val Raven. Hopefully we see like 10 more of those today, if not more. And the more we find, the more points we get for free. Also, if we find enough of them, we might be able to make leaderboard even without doing that final little thing, which will give us 1 free orb, which would be very nice. Hopefully we'll make it. Okay, we'll grab all that. We'll get a true damage poke down on him. We'll do it on his first slot, since that would have the best value. Well, not really. Technically, best value would be kill Val Raven immediately. But I think we have it secured, so that's not going to be an issue. If he somehow gets full mana right now. Actually, you know what? Let's play it safe. Let's just kill it now. Just in case. Who knows what might happen. You get extra turn into an extra turn into an extra turn into invading the entire battle. It can happen. Like that. Imagine if that was his turn right there. He would have escaped. If that was his turn. Also, thank you, Beaver, for the, or Beav? But yeah, thank you for the subscribe, as well as Pope. Thank you for Pope Benedict. Thank you for subscribe as well. Much appreciated. If anyone has any questions or anything I might have missed, just leave them in chat. You're a newer player and just got your Firebomb and Sunbird fully traded. Nice. Which is a good, traded, which is good to farm with Rowan. What should you be focusing on now? Well, now that you have that team, I'd assume you still don't have 10-star All Kingdom. I mean, not 10-star, I mean level 10 All Kingdom. So you'd probably be wanting to focus onto PvP and or Arena. But anything that gives you gold, basically. Other than Explore. Well, I guess technically you could do Explore too. You actually get 400 extra gold per thing this week. So it probably is worth doing it for gold. This event gives you 400 gold just for using a Taipon on your team. So probably this week, like this weekend, you'd probably actually want to go farm gold. Because you want to get every single kingdom to level 10. And one of the easiest ways for you to go do this with what you currently have would be to go use Sunbird, Rowan, Firebomb, and a Taipon, fully traded ideally, though not required. And go get 400 additional gold per battle and Explore. And this is like nearly doubling the amount of gold that you would normally be getting from it. Essentially doubling the, or essentially making it quicker than PvP, or at least early game PvP, I would assume. So, yeah, you can just go grind out gold there, do it in the kingdoms where you specifically need trait stones for. So if you've been meaning to trait something, just go do it in that kingdom. And yeah, just go from there. But yeah, for your main focus right now should be getting level 10 all kingdoms, particularly the magic ones. But all of them in general are very, very helpful. once you get those higher amount of stats, you'll be able to play more of the content like dungeons and guild wars and, you know, just basically everything in the game that requires slightly higher stats just a little bit easier. And it just makes everything just a bit easier to deal with, since you have nothing to watch it kill you as quickly. You'll be able to go and tank it with barriers and stuff like that. Basically, all content would be more accessible at that point. Battle 19 is awesome. Taipon converts to red, and none of them use red. Really? That's a fail. Not to mention you need red anyways for Yagway, so that's perfect. That is completely perfect. Good morning, Sai. Welcome. Hello, Calvera. Hello, Greedon. Hello, Beaver. Let's see. And did I miss anything else in chat? How many gems did that cost? It's 1,000 something, how many gems it cost. Oh, I forget the exact amount. I should have probably kept track of it while I was getting it up. It's about 1,100. I forget the exact value off the top of my head, but it's about 1,100 gems is how much it costs us to get all the way there. And what we get for doing that is every single one of these rewards. Assuming you have the team capability to be able to do these, but obviously we do. You would need the stats and the team capability. So do make sure you actually have good stuff before you bother doing this. I wouldn't advise it if you're a newer player at all. This is more of like a late game thing for people that have way more than enough gems than they know what to do with. Is mainly what this is for. I wouldn't really bother really messing with Bounty Hunter too much if you're a newer player. Still use your free ones, of course, and maybe get like a few of the little pack things, but generally it's not really worth doing as much as we do, that is for sure, as far as Bounty Hunter is concerned, because a good majority of the better rewards are like all the way at the end, unfortunately. The only two that are particularly good earlier on is the 13th, the 9th, the 12th, and the 13th are the only really particular somewhat easy to obtain ones. I wouldn't even say that, because you technically need quite a bit of points still even with that. I believe with the free ones you'd only get to about, I want to say 10 or 11. Not fully certain on that. But even then, you still get all that for free, which isn't too bad. It's like about 30, 40 gems in there, among many other trait stones, a little orb, and a few gem keys in there. Anyways, let me go collect this. What do we get from our current orb? No! Why? Worst possible orb. Really bad on the orb luck lately. Oops, I do that again! I went all the way out of the menu. Anyways, let's go and head into the next one. And what do we have here? Bogue Strider, Sea Troll, Viper, and a Taipon. Yep, that should be fine. Don't think his stats are too high yet. Still manageable. Not sure when we'll switch out. I want to switch out way in advance. Well, maybe not way in advance, but I don't want a Valraven to accidentally escape. So I will probably preemptively switch just a little bit earlier. And then we'll switch into Yagway for the rest of them, of course. And then just auto-win everything with Yagway. Probably the next time I see our Yali is the time when we're going to switch to the other team for the rest of the battles. Wow, that actually hits pretty high. I forgot. It has 20% bonus this week, so that's a pretty decent amount of damage. So we'll go for this one-shot. We're starting to reach the point where this thing doesn't even one-shot anymore either. Too bad there isn't a better red-purple for Bounty Hunter. There's so many things that Bounty Hunter lacks as far as troop types. There's so little variety since there's only 7 troops available currently. But of course they keep adding a new one every month, so eventually we'll have good combos. And down it goes. Yeah, so far the only viable two, as I mentioned, are Parrot and Feral Hound, which I don't even have in this team. Oriali, what are you doing? I think we still have the sheer stats to be able to kill it. Especially if we silence it. It doesn't have immune, does it? No, it has immune to Devour. So all we have to do is silence it. I guess I could technically just use Parrot in first slot and rush silence it. And just do that instead. The only problem that would occur is what if there's a Valraven. But then I think I could still Rift Lynx it or something. Anyways, let's get into battle. Yeah, I'm going to rush Parrot it just in case. Never know what it might do. That's the first time we even got him up. Oh, there's only one issue with using this in first slot. Now I have less skull damage, so I don't actually get the kill there. Fail. Oh well. Well, that's what this guy's for. I guess we'll go poke him. Actually, before we do, let's go move that over. Didn't get the free skull. We'll take that. Or, you know, a cascaded skull when I say free skull. I put this thing in first slot for the purpose of silencing that, and I don't even have the capability to silence it. So go for that. Double skull right there. Very nice. Get the silence there. And take a skull into any amount of damage. We'll do that for the purple. Oh, never mind. I don't need purple yet, so we'll do that. Now we'll do it, since we have something that uses purple, or needs purple now. And one more hit will do it. And all we have to do is poke him with anything. As I give him a skull. Probably shouldn't have done that, but at this point all we have to do is get the full mana. As I give him another skull. And then he kills it out. No, he doesn't have the stats. And down it goes. I should still be able to get away with this for about 2 or a few more battles. That should be easy enough. This is, again, Taipon with no red on the team. I hope it does that a lot. Those battles should be ridiculously easy. Also, my chat is still not showing that I'm live, by the way. I know I am live. I can obviously see that we're live. And I can see how many viewers we have and everything through the thing. But for whatever reason, my chat still says I'm offline. Or my thing. Orb of Growth loves you. Orb of Growth hates us. Bounty best team. The best team for Bounty Hunter this week is Fangblade, Parrot, Feral Hound, and Yagwe. Basically, every single best team in Bounty Hunter is always whatever the bounty leader is in first slot, followed by Parrot, followed by Feral Hound, followed by Yagwe. The only problem is if you don't have a Yagwe, because basically the entirety of well, you can still win with it. It's harder to use only one troop. Even if you had something like Infernus, it's hard to only use one troop when it's not specifically Yagwe. He's just so insanely good currently in Bounty Hunter. Due to Feral Hounds. Because Feral Hound's the only proper mana generator out of any of the bounty troops. And Yagwe just happens to work best in synergy with it. You can technically get away with just about any like red-purple kind of oriented troop, but his convert just works insanely well with it. Alright, we have enough damage to kill, so let's go do that. We'll take that. Take the other one. I'm gonna go read chat because I missed a few of them there. Also, hello, Michael. Welcome. Hello, Max. You don't have Yagwe, but you do have most of the good mythics. What late game bounty hunter team would you recommend? Replace Yagwe with Infernus if you don't have that. Could try replacing it with Element Grim, though I don't know if that would be consistent enough. Though this week, I believe the 19th battle, as people were mentioning, is really weak because it converts all of the it converts all brown to red. So if you had something that could spawn a lot of red, that'd be very useful. Of course, Yagwe does that, but you know, if you had any option that does that, it would still be useful. That, or you can always play it really safe and just double up. The easiest way to ever win a bounty hunter, if you have very minimal options, assuming you have a Gorgulfa, is to run Gorgulfa, Bounty Leader, Parrot, and a damage source all the way in last slot, and run it like that. That'd be very safe, but it would cost you a lot of points since you're only using 2 bounty troops. Which is still perfectly fine, but it'd just be giving you less points. Ideally, you do want to try using 3 if you can, but the lower your stats are and the less options you have, the less viable that would be to do. So I'll go for the silence there. Oops, he's immune. I keep forgetting what even has immune to silence because very rarely does it ever come into play. Immune to silence and stealthy, I feel like I always forget about. Stealthy, not as much, but immune to silence, definitely. I don't even think I could name 10 troops with it. Let's see, Alchemist, Parrot, that one guy from the green-red from Pride Lands, Finley. Yeah, I can't really name them. I know they're out there. We'll take this goal. And then it goes. And there's our 2 bounty. Wow, we got a lot from that. We get a sugar map, we get an arcane, and we get the 2 bounties. Very nice. And I believe this will be the last one. I almost feel like switching out right now. That Yali looks intimidating. 17 true damage. That's 3 to 4 shot with poison. Yeah, I think we're switching finally. I know it's going to cost us some points, but we have plenty enough that I think we'll still reach it. So we'll play it safe. Let's finally go use the real team now. So keep the Fangblade there. Should have kept the Parrot as well. Get the Parrot in there. Get a Feral Hound, the thing that makes Bounty Hunter bearable. And then Diagwe. And we got our team. And I believe that's every color. No, it is not. Mine is purple. Well, luckily we deny purple. So even though we don't use it, we technically still do, because we're using our minus banner to utilize it. Plus we convert it out. We convert all purple to red. So that should work out perfectly then. Though we are wasting a bit of purple mana accumulation. Because this thing does generate us some purple, which goes into nothing, but I don't think that's going to be as big a deal. So what was the other banner again? Let me just double check. What was the other minus purple banner? I know there's one over here. Oh yeah, I gave blue. I don't think that's as worth it. You don't need to rush Parrot. The biggest problem with rushing Parrot is what's his name has immune to silence. So you can't actually silence it unless you stun it. And there's no viable way to stun it. The only thing that was good at doing that was that little priest thingy from last week. But we can't use it now because we'd have to get rid of something from our team. And there isn't a single component of this team that we can get rid of. This is the bounty leader, so we can't get rid of that. Parrot is Parrot, so if we got rid of that, then that would defeat the purpose of even adding a Parrot support troop. Feral Hound we need for Yagwe, and Yagwe we need to win. And, yeah, there we go. So that should work out then. +2 brown, +1 red, -1 purple, Fangblade, Parrot, Feral Hound, and Yagwe. And he has 20% bonus, plus armored. So he should be able to tank at least semi-decently, or at least I would hope so. But anyways, we do get slightly less points now, but it goes a lot quicker and should be easier to take them all out now. Let's go to the 19th battle. If anything, it'll speed things up by a decent amount, even if we are doing this a little bit too preemptively. Because that other team is ridiculously slow, which is to be expected. We'll take the skull there, get the Fair Hound down. The only real big issue is, as you see right there, the barrier just got removed from us. Poison is insanely good at removing barrier. So we don't technically even have barrier this week due to poison. Unless the 19th battle that people were mentioning has no poison on it. Though given that this is given that this is mostly Mr. Scales, I'm pretty sure almost everything in this kingdom has poison. Alright, move that over, move that over. Get another Fair Hound down. We're getting so much purple, but we don't need it. We'll try getting the extra turn there. Aww. That awkward moment when this team almost loses. Could you imagine? I could see me doing that. It's like, let's go use the stronger team to have a guaranteed chance of winning this battle. Oh, oops. Okay, let's go grab all that. Luckily, we got Parrot. I think I'm going to silence him. Hopefully, we re-silence Uriali as well. You're not immune, right? No, you're not. Okay, let's go and throw that at you. I can't even tell if that re-immuned or not. It doesn't really show the visual that well. I assume it didn't. But, I have no way of knowing. Okay, let's go. And yeah, he still unsilences first. So maybe we did re-silence it. Who knows? But we'll go through a, no Yagwe. I think I still throw Yagwe, though, even though we don't have alignment. Just because of the sheer damage that it does. And he hits double on every hit. I can see that being really annoying on some of these battles. We'll take the skull, and that brings him down to one-shot range, and then we take it out. For the third skull. Let's see. Reading through chat real quick. Anything I may have missed? You never told you what you thought about your team yesterday. Oh, sorry, Osman. What was your team? My bad. I think I read it, but then didn't bother saying anything about it. What are my thoughts on Spirit Dancer, Queen Mab, Valkyrie, and Kraken? Spirit Dancer into Kraken. Kraken into Spirit Dancer. Then you get some Queen Mab. And you have Valkyrie in there. It seems like it would work. As long as you're not up against something that has Mana Shield. If you do, then that might be a little clunky. But, yeah, it seems like it would work out decently. You have your freeze, you have your, you have enough control of the board. You don't have a board clear, but, you have 2 converters, so that probably doesn't matter. This seems a little bit weird to me, using a Spirit Dancer into Kraken as your only loop. You have plenty of things that control, but it's the only loop you technically have. It still works. It's just the only problem with Kraken is it's random if it gets it or not. It's it could backfire pretty easily. But no, it should still be perfectly fine to use. Definitely an interesting composition, that's for sure. And as far as just for running in PvP, it seems like it would function as it would need to. Okay, we'll go and I just took yellow, like trying to get into him. I also took yellow thinking that we were still on that banner from earlier, which we aren't, obviously. We'll go grab that. Tried it into a brown, didn't get it. I'll take red because if it surges, it's full mana, and it does. Perfect. Plus, we get 3 true damage every time as well. Can we stop feeding him purple? Every single turn, we're just feeding him more and more purple. I need to try focusing greens as well, which he just denied out, by the way. But greens are pretty important for us with this team. It helps us fill Yagway when he's blocked. And let's go get another Yagway in there. I'm not even going to bother with skulls, or at least not yet. Oops, I didn't even see the extra turn. And look at all that kill he got out of it. Oh, there's that Eastless Viper. Is that why they added Viper this week? They just wanted to add it just so they could show it off in Bounty Hunter. It's like, ooh, Viper. Let's see, we'll go through a fair round there. And down it goes. Question, what's the best use of Major Orb of Ascension? Best use of Major Orb of Ascension is to put it on commons and not common legendaries. Commons and rares that need to be upgraded. The absolute best use of it is on if you have 6 of them somehow at a relatively decent rate. The thing that you'd want to use all 6 of those on are to max out each one of the bounty troops that currently exist. Or, not bounty troops, my bad. Not bounty troops. What are they called? Guardian troops. Do they have a classification? I think they do. Let's see. Guardians. Duh. These 6 troops would be the 6 troops you'd want to fully ascend with that max out orb. The main reason for this, even though you very rarely use any of these 6. Well, I shouldn't say that. Actually, all of these except Sacrifice technically have their purposes within various teams. But, not even Sacrifice in some really niche instances, though quite a bit less so. But anyways, mainly these 5. But still, you would want to do all of them. The main reason for this is once you do this, it actually increases the value of your guild chests. Guild chests end up giving you half the drops are guild guardians, which are those 6 troops I mentioned, and half the drops are based on how many seals you have. And when maxed out, this basically counts as gem keys. And basically, once you have every single one of the guild guardians mythic with at least 4 copies of each one of the 6, you will no longer get them in the drop table. Meaning every single drop from these chests will end up being your seals. So if you have the max chest, right now we're at the second to max, which is 20,000 plus. But if you had 40,000 plus, or if you had 20,000 plus, every single one of these keys, after you've had all these ascended and you have them all to 4 copies, every single drop would be a glory key, essentially. And if you had it fully maxed out, like we will, or like we normally do every single week, as well as many of the higher guilds, you'd end up getting these basically as gem keys, every single one that you open, which would substantially increase their value. So that's probably what I would use those orbs for, or one of the main things I would use those orbs for. How do you get orbs? Orbs are generally, there's several ways, though the easiest way of obtaining them is specifically from bounty hunter, raids, and invasions. They tend to give a lot of orbs throughout it. Bounty hunter technically is the absolute best way, though most people don't have the stats to actually be able to do it. But you do get a total of 2 major orbs, and I believe 3 smaller orbs, if I'm not mistaken. Not to mention, they also give vault keys, and vault keys are the other way of kind of getting it. Whenever there's a gnome event, which is in 2 weeks from now, the weekend, 2 weeks from now, there are more gnomes and more gnome keys in those gnomes. And gnome keys got a vault keys, I mean, got a drastically higher chance as of this most recent patch, or not this most recent patch, basically the most recent vault event 2 weeks ago. But they got a gigantic buff that one of the main things that vault keys now give is a much higher chance of giving you orbs, which is pretty cool. So yeah, those are basically the only few ways to really get them at the moment. Raids, Invasion, Bounty Hunter, particularly Bounty Hunter, and Vault Keys. And Vault Keys are obtained through all 3 of those game modes, as well as during gnome events. You can technically get them when it's not a gnome event, though the chance of getting one off a gnome, well, first even finding a gnome, but then getting one off a gnome is extremely slim when it's not specifically the event itself, though it is technically possible. How to answer questions in 5 minutes for dummies? I know, I'm really bad with that. I will answer every single small detail if I had to. I'm really good at making extremely simple things like a mile long in response. I don't do it deliberately, that's just how I answer things. What do I need here? I'll take the skull. Go and poke that out. I might just poke him out with a silence at this point. The only problem with that is it doesn't adjacent silence the other one. Also, we have to worry about this little, what's his name? The Vow Raven. I have no way of actually dealing with that at the moment. I think I might take yellow just to get it off the board so he doesn't do anything weird. I'm not even going to bother with the skull because we need to try rushing this thing down. I don't have the green I need anywheres. Oh, yes, I do. What am I saying? We could just take that. Hey, the automatic move thing told me the right move for once. Okay, we have the damage we already need to kill it. I don't think he's going to get that much yellow in one turn. Though I shouldn't underestimate his capabilities. Let me just Yagway him down. And there we go. We'll take that. We'll take a Skull Poke. Throw a Yagway. Actually, Yagway, if we already had it, would have already been enough. Wouldn't have been. And there we go. And we got the... Oh, duh. Yeah, of course we got those 2 things. Let's see... If you disenchant your troops automatically, do you keep Mythic +4? Yes. If you click that button that says disenchant all spirit copies, it'll disenchant everything that is Mythic down to 4 copies. Though, unfortunately, this would also disenchant your Mythics down to 4 copies as well. Like actual Mythics. Like, let's say you have 5 copies of a Mythic, and you just want to have it. It would automatically disenchant that as well. So a good majority of people don't ever bother clicking that button. I shouldn't say a good majority of people, but technically you should, because you don't ever need more copies. But I've always been paranoid because they already said that in the past that we'd never need more copies. And then they added a patch where they added Ascension, and it was like, oh, okay, so now we need hundreds of copies. From only needing 4 to hundreds. So I've been paranoid and always hoarding them just in case. But yeah, technically, at this current moment in time, it is best just to always click the automatic disenchant button. If I clicked it right now, I'd have almost 3 million more souls. Though there really isn't anything for me to put those souls into, because I could just farm with Ferrous Raws. So I don't really have as much of a need to go and do that. But, yeah, once you can pretty much always click that button safely, and it'll be fine. Don't ever disenchant stuff before then, but clicking that automatic disenchant thing that disenchants all Mythics down to 4 is perfectly fine. Because at the current setup of the game, you would never need more copies than that. Though, of course, keyword is the current setup of the game. You never know what they might do in the future that, for whatever reason, may require you to have more copies. It's pretty unlikely. They said it was going to be pretty unlikely as well, but you never know. Their minds could change. How do we not have Yagway yet? We've gone this entire battle, if I'm not mistaken, without casting a single Yagway. At this point, we might as well just not even be using Yagway. We pretty much went this entire battle with it. I think the only thing we're really utilizing is this 3 lifesteal every single time he does this little thing. Anyways, we'll take the skull. He barely lives. Ah, he didn't get to live. And he gets full mana every single time he gets a kill. So it just keeps casting. Wait, we could just silence it. Let me go do that before it decides to try to win somehow. Okay, can we get Yagway to full mana already? I need another green for that. We'll move that over. There we go. And we somehow lost 2 troops. Gotta be careful. I'm playing it as if they have no chance of killing us, which they technically still do. I don't think we would really have a chance of dying until about 15 or so. But it could happen earlier. This current week has so many things that remove barrier. And that is one of the mechanics I generally try to utilize with this team so we don't take as much damage, is barrier spamming with Feral Hounds. Let's see. Is there a good team that uses Amnesia? Not really. I sometimes use it in some Guild War teams just because giving 1 HP to a specific daemon, or to all daemons if you're running a 4x team, 1 HP, 1 attack, can be useful if you're falling behind. But other than for the very occasional Guild War team, just to make sure you're covering every color and having a mana generator and having a summoner, that's the only purpose you really use it for. It's way too slow to bother ever using it in PvP. And it's decent for the scoring system within Guild Wars. So that's about the only thing that I'd really use it for. Well, we gotta be careful. He could seriously win this battle. We'll take that. That doesn't help us much. Please stop hitting Yagway. That's our, like, one way we're gonna win this battle. And he keeps hitting it. Okay, let me get a silence. We're gonna need that so badly right about now. Oddly enough, I think I need to go silence his common because it's... it's ironically his most intimidating troop is his common right now. To imagine Scale Guard used to be even more overpowered than it is now. It used to have Empowered. They got rid of it for the very obvious reason. Though they replaced it with a trait that's almost the exact same, 75% mana start. Which is pretty much the same thing. It just takes a turn to get going now instead of automatic like it was before. So we'll take that, get a free turn thingy. Get that into another Yagway. I'm obviously going to have to silence him. Hopefully we'll get a barrier, but even if we do, that's not going to probably last due to poison on him. But we'll go get the silence down. Guarantee silence. That'll at least keep him down for 1 turn if nothing else. Good, we do have Yagway alignment, so that should be match. Dead. Let me take a skull. And way overkill. There we go. That was almost a little shaky, but it comes through. On to the next one. Yeah, another one of these. A Taipon into a Yali. Yet it has no, red. So that works out decently for us. Also, Night Hag. I haven't seen you in ages. Wow. Either half an enemy's attack or half an enemy's magic. Or transform an enemy into a level 12 giant toad. Oh, she's completely blocked, so she's probably not even going to get the Toad convert. Yep, Valraven first slot. Very easy, very nice. Oops, I just missed like half the chat. Why over-explaining is a trait have along with alert? Wait, what? Over-explaining is a trait Tacet has along with alert. Ha! I see what you meant there. Yeah, I know you're joking. Hello, Captain! Tacet saving those extra troops till the Rapture. They will never buff the amount of souls you get for disenchanting. No, I wasn't mentioning that. I was mentioning they could increase Ascension even higher than it is now, is what I was referring to by that. By, like, higher than level 20, I mean. Or adding some kind of system to the game where you needed cards for something. Like additional spare copies of cards to scrap away. But yeah, that is a good point. They really should buff the disenchant system. That's another reason to kind of hold on to them for a little while. The disenchant system currently within the game is horrible compared to many other games. And Mythic disenchants for like 125 or 150 souls. It disenchants for like half a minute of souls, yet it takes like months to obtain. The disenchant value is just absurdly low in this game. The only few that are particularly good value to disenchant are common rares and ultra rares. Everything else is pretty useless relative to the amount of value it actually gives you compared to its rarity. Okay, I'm not even going to take a skull here. I think I'm just going to go straight into a Yagway. We could try doing the convert, but I'm pretty sure it's going to miss, so I'm not even going to bother. Well, never mind. I might still have to do it regardless because we don't have alignment, and I do want to try getting alignment. And that doesn't give it to us, so we'll move that, we'll move that. And if we don't have alignment now, actually we do, never mind, we'll go for that. And I will just double poke him with this. Please don't miss. Just in case it does, let me take that first. Double check for any extra turns, and don't miss. Come on, you had an entire area. Luckily he doesn't use red. And the purple he does use is pretty irrelevant, but we'll go throw that down. Kill out the meat shield, kill that out with skulls. Hopefully don't miss this time. Good, barely. Almost did, and then we just Yagway it. Never mind, we don't even need Yagway. And down it goes. And we get our 2 little bounty sigils. We almost have exactly as many battles as we started with. Didn't we start with like 32? We're at 29 right now. Wait, did we seriously get that many Val Ravens? What did we start at? Let me go all the way back into stream. How many sigils did we have when we first started this? Let's see. I was upgrading. Wow. Has our Valraven luck been that lucky? We're at 20. We've only used 3 battles. We've only used 3 battles so far. We've done 13 battles, yet we only used 3 sigils. Yeah, that has to be lucky, right? That's above average as far as Valravens. Very nice. Yeah, 3 battles and 13 battles is how many we're at right now. It seems slightly above. Anyways, let's keep going. Fangblade, Parrot, Pharaohhound, Yagway. And pretty standard team over there. Let's just get into it then. Good morning, Dragon Ball Z fan. Welcome. Any tips for newer players? Make sure to set this option, the show spell and mana details on. As far as first starting out, you're going to want to focus heavily on treasure maps as well as on PvP. These 2 areas would give you the best amount of resources. If you ever need souls, do not do challenges. Simply go do Arena. Arena will give you a lot more, a lot quicker. Plus the challenges you can only ever do once each. So generally Arena's better since it's just infinitely repeatable. Plus it gives you some keys. Other than that, make sure to start getting every single kingdom unlocked as soon as you can, as well as getting every single kingdom to level 3, 4, or 5 under the leveling system, which costs gold. This will give you higher mana search chance. Mana search chance will make it so you extra turn a little bit more often off of 3 pairs that you take off the board. Other than that, you'll want to start getting every magic kingdom to level 10. You can check this stat underneath its little hero page thing to see if it's, or the little menu page for the kingdom, to see if it does indeed use magic or not. But those tend to be the best ones to get since magic is very useful. It basically increases the effectiveness of most abilities within the game that are castable. And yeah, pretty much just go from there. What other details did I really miss in that? Oh yes, there are a few kingdoms that you'll want to make sure you complete as early as possible. These are Broken Spire, which you probably already did automatically just from going through the tutorial and just kind of keep doing the little kingdom. But Broken Spire, Blighted Lands, and Drifting Sands are the 3 kingdoms you're going to want to complete out as immediately as possible. The reason for this is all 3 of these unlock something that you need. In the case of Broken Spire, it gives you Arena, which is the best way to obtain souls when you're a newer player, as well as just a good way to kind of practice stuff as well. The Soulforge ends up unlocking you the capability to craft stuff. It's also good to unlock as early as possible, as you need to level up the Soulforge, and to do it for free, you have to win a bunch of battles, but those battles don't start counting how many kills you've done until you have unlocked Soulforge. So the earlier you unlock Soulforge, the easier and cheaper it is to basically get your Soulforge max leveled. It takes a little while, but again, the earlier you unlock it, the shorter amount of time it'll take, since it starts counting it down once you actually unlock it. And other than that, Drifting Sands you need for dungeons. Dungeons as a newer player can be relatively difficult, but it does give you resources required to craft stuff within the game. Most notably Mythics, but also other stuff like weapons. Well, let's go for the silence here. Get that right there. If you have any other questions, just let me know. Any specific ones? Hello, Nashrabone. Welcome. How do you get the materials to craft the runes? Most of the materials that you need for... Well, actually, technically all the materials that you need for Soulforge are obtained from dungeons. And dungeons are unlocked once you have completed out the Drifting Sands Kingdom. As far as using dungeon teams, the best team to use for it as a newer player, if you are struggling with them, would be something along the lines of a Cockatrice, Bullet, followed by an Apothecary or Alchemist, and ended with a Dragonian Monk, or a second Cockatrice if you don't have a Dragonian Monk, and run with a similar team to that. It's basically, you'd want to use a Devour spam team, as it's the easiest way to win. And out of every easy accessible Devour spam team, that's the only one that's really available for newer players that uses very low rarity stuff. Okay, what do we need here? We'll go for the Silence, get a Yagway in there, throw a Fair Hound if we can. Move that up, take the Brown. What else, what else? Is the Yagway even enough? Oh, we'll just throw it still. Yes, it is. I keep underestimating how much damage that actually is. What's his booster issue, like 3 to 1 or something? Oh, yeah, it is 3 to 1. I keep thinking it's like 1 to 4 or something, or 4 to 1. Okay, so we're at 15 so far. Not running really into any issues yet either, which is kind of nice. Really's actually not being as annoying as I thought she would be, though it easily can happen. She can 2-shot us anytime she chooses, and I don't have mana drain. Though we could just silence her, and Parrot alone might be enough to constantly, perpetually disable it, ideally. Her poison's still annoying though. Her poison prevents us from ever doing, from ever really utilizing our barrier, which isn't that big a deal as long as we don't have her damage. Because out of everything on her team, that's the only really major threat that really does damage. The only other exception to that is Scale Guard. Oddly enough, the lowest rarity thing on his team, like, once again, is pretty much the most intimidating thing. I'm actually taking reds immediately, because it's a lot safer if I just try getting rid of every red so that he doesn't get it for Scale Guard. So please don't miss. It missed. Oh, what to expect. Okay, let's go and I'm gonna move that over. I'm gonna try it again, but pretty sure it's gonna miss again. Okay, good, it didn't that time. There we go, making some success now. Get the skull, get all the mana we need. Really nice Yagway right there, wow. It's like perfect board Yagway. Too bad we don't have a proper follow-up for it. I think I'll get a silence down just out of safety's sake, so we'll go get that there. Wish I would have done adjacents as well, but oh well. I'll take that Doom Skull. Oh, I should have calculated that out. 1 HP, really? Okay, I'm going to waste my ability to kill that out then. I'm not going to Yagway him for only a 1. Oh, wait. Does Yagway's... I forget. Does Yagway's 3 damage actually trigger before his ability damage? I don't think it does. Though I actually forget off the top of my head. Pretty sure it doesn't. But I completely forgot about that. Because if we did align reds, that might kill out the first slot and then we get the 2 hits. I'm not certain what its interaction is, and this would not be the place to test it. PvP would be the place to go test that. Wouldn't want to do that here and then it's like, whoops, doesn't work. I guess we will maybe try if we have like a decent enough lead. Probably should have tried it there just to see what happened. Kind of forgot about that. I don't think it does do that though. I don't think it works, but we'd have to test it to know for sure. Anyways, let's get Yagway down, and it should be pretty easy from here. It's only Scale Guard. He can technically still win if he gets lucky enough, but it's very unlikely. And dead. Yep. Take that one, I guess. And down it goes. Yeah, no problem, Corey. But yeah, dungeons, basically what dungeons are is they're just these little battles. You get 3 per day. You have infinite tries on them. You can also get a few more resources. Like after you do the first thing, you can do this for 50 gems. You pretty much never need to do the purchase one. But the only day that's really particularly worth doing this is on Sundays. Spend 50 gems to get a bunch of diamonds and stuff. Because on Sundays, it gives you 2 gem keys, which basically pays for 20 of the gems you put in. So you're basically for 30 gems getting a bunch of diamonds, which are required to create legends and mythics and stuff, among several other resources. So on Sundays, it's really, really good to do. But yeah, you generally do, if you have the capability to actually go through these battles, do them every single day. Generally, I just run with something like this team. Not this. Get rid of Taipon for the Firebomb. Early on in the game, you can't get away with this. You would go use, like I mentioned earlier, you'd use Cockatrice, Bullet, Alchemist, or Apothecary, followed by Dragonian Monk. And if you don't have Dragonian Monk, either basically just run a second Cockatrice. But later in the game, and more towards the mid-game, once you have enough stats, you can just run this. And all you do is just use Sunbird as an infinite frontline tank and just win that way. Really early in the game, you don't have enough stats for this. Main reason for this is your Sunbird needs to be able to tank a hit, or preferably 2 hits. And then from there, all you have to do is just keep casting it. And every single time you cast it, it comes back with full stats. So all you have to do is just keep casting it, and you'll be able to win simply off of that. And you have infinite tries, so There's only 3 battles, so even if you, worst comes to worst, as long as you have literally any troop that has Devour, just keep using that until you eventually Devour. And also, since it has infinite tries, one other thing that you can do, especially if you have anything that has Empowered, is you can restart the battle over and over again every single time you don't have a good board. So if the board's bad for you, you could just wait until there's a 5 times. Like, even if you don't have it Empowered, basically what you do is just go into the battle, see if there's a good starting move, either off of something that you have based on Empowered trait, or just off on the board itself. So like right here, you can see we had a 5 times purple, but if we didn't have a 5 times purple, we could just keep repeating the battle by retreating and then going right back into the battle, and just doing that over and over and over again until we have something like this, and then we just get all of our mana pretty much instantly. And you can just keep doing that until the board is just extremely in your favor. And we get another firebomb down. And I guess we'll grab that. Yeah, if we were a newer player, we actually would have lost Sunbird there. But we have so much durability that we can actually tank like 3 to 4 hits. Normally, you'd only be able to tank like 2. This team also doesn't work if you can't tank a single hit, which I believe when you're first starting off, you actually don't have enough stats to tank a single hit. But once you can, it's at least becomes a little bit easier. And then it goes. That's probably the earliest when you would actually be able to use this team. I still don't even think my other account can do it yet because it has 0 HP kingdoms, as well as 0 armor kingdoms. But once you start getting some of them to the level 10. Also, when I was referring to magic kingdoms earlier, I was referring to this one right here. If you go under this menu, it shows the... This is also where you level them, where you should go do all of them to 3 to 5 initially. But once you get them to level 10, which costs about 130,000 gold or so, you end up getting an extra stat on them. It'll say +1 there once you get it there. I have +2 because there's kingdom power levels. You don't need to worry about that at all at the moment. But it's like a whole nother complicated thing, which is actually getting a lot more simplified next patch. So basically just ignore kingdom power. But as far as kingdom levels, you do want to try getting each one of them to level 10, particularly the magics. Magic kingdoms include Blighted Lands, Darkstone, Zolkiri, Karkaroth, and Silverglade. And those should be the first 5 kingdoms you ever bother getting to 10 star. Because magic is better than any other stat in the entire game. Well, anyways, let's go into this fight, and let's go back to our bounties. We still have so many more battles to do, but let's go through them, because we need those rewards. I can't really go over what's changing with Kingdom Power, though I can mention that they are being simplified a lot, and anything that you currently have, so let's say you currently have 9 stars on a given kingdom, you'll have 9 stars when the new format also transfers over. But yeah, there's a new system coming in. Can't really mention much about it, but it is a lot more simplified than what it is now, and a lot better. It's actually probably one of the better fixes within... actually, there's actually quite a bit of good stuff coming in next patch. I haven't gotten to test everything yet. Like, for example, the new game mode, which I believe Demon Angel site is actually available now. It wasn't earlier. I'll go test that and see what's up with that. But... yeah, a lot of quality of life stuff, and a lot of features that I don't think will really be too controversial for once. Seems actually really nice. Okay, let's go and get silence down. One really big issue of this battle is going to be dealing with that Valraven. Of course, we could just keep constantly taking yellow, but then he's going to press us with skulls, which is not good. What do we need? I guess we'll go and throw a poke at you because you're the biggest threat at the moment. The biggest threat, the thing that does no damage. But it counts as 2 battles basically being lost if the Valraven escapes. Now here's the dilemma. Do we take yellow or do we take skull? And if I take yellow, I'm going to have to take yellow 2 turns in a row. Okay, I'm just going to take skull. Okay, he doesn't even go for yellow, odd enough. Weird. Okay, we'll take it then. We'll go grab that. We'll take ourselves a red. Need this to go down so we don't need to deal with it anymore. He's probably going to get a Venoxy off. But then again, he's taking mana he doesn't even use. He's silenced on the mana that he just took. Really annoying that this thing's blocking our brown. This makes our Feral Hound go up so much slower. I can't not use this, though. One thing I could do, though, is move it to last slot, like I was mentioning earlier. Well, I don't think I mentioned it this stream. I was mentioning it the other day, though. Like using him in the last slot and using our team as Parrot, Feral Hound, Yagwe, and him in last. The only big issue with that is we don't have a proper frontline tank. And if we are up against something like a Venoxia, it's just going to 2-shot something like a Parrot on the later battles, which would not be good. Whereas this guy can survive 3 shots. Maybe even 4, possibly. What do we need here? I guess we go try getting into a Yagway. That's the only way we have enough damage to kill it. And unfortunately, we are ever so short. I don't think his skull is enough to kill it. I'm going to play it safe and just take a green here. So he'll do his Vinoxia. He misses for the most part. We have no Yagway for extra turn, but we get a lot of mana. We have 4 different 3s. So we're pretty much getting all of Yagway's mana right back. We just don't get an extra turn off it. Oh! Hello, Valraven. I completely forgot about. Don't you dare leave the battle. Ooh, that's really bad. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't silence it. Even if I had silence, I can't silence it. I'd have to Yagway win this entire battle right now in order to stop that, which is not that likely. Though technically is possible. Excuse me. I need to sneeze for a while now. Let's try getting this down. That misses. Oh good, he went for the skull. And we do have alignment. Come on, get it killed somehow. We got this. Okay, how do we do this? Let's move that. That gives us Yagway. Ideally, we'd have alignment right now. We don't. We have Skull Distract. Hopefully that'll work. Please, Skull Distract. If you were to ever work, this would be the perfect time. Okay, I need to find a skull. Oh, wait. We have enough damage. We won. Dead. Wow, how did he not get a cast? How on earth did that Valraven not get a cast? There we go, 2 bounties. That was very, very shaky. But we got it. Also, we're almost back to the same amount of battles. 28. Anointed One, Sea Troll, Bone Naga, Scale Guard. Biggest threat, probably the Scale Guard again. Luckily, he's blocked by Anointed One. So that could lead to a lot of attack value for him. Is it going to be easier to level up kingdoms? Yes. It is going to be, well, easier. I don't know if I should really say if it's easier or not, but, yes and no. The format for it's a lot simpler to understand, but yes, I do believe it is technically easier, because they're extending how far it goes, which Salty already mentioned, so I guess I technically can mention that. But they have extended how far you can go with the power level. It's being increased beyond 10. Okay, we'll go and move that over. We'll go get this other one over. Throw Yagway down if we have it. Yes, we do. So basically, what level 10 stars is right now is going to be a lot easier to obtain than what 10 stars will be in next patch. Or it's harder to obtain now. It's going to be easier to obtain next patch, basically. Which is going to be odd, because I always considered, like, eventually 10-star all kingdoms being, like, end game. But it's going to be relatively easy starting next patch. By relatively easy, I still mean, like, ridiculously hard, but slightly easier than it is now. Yeah, we'll go get a Yagway down. And wow, that did a lot of damage. What else do we need to go throw on them? Take the red down. Oops, I thought we'd take an extra turn skull. That moved differently than I thought it would. We'll take that then. Another. What's with all the little random skull pokes this battle? Getting really lucky on them. Decently lucky. So no extra turn there. I think we go for Yagway regardless. Could go for Feral Hound. Haven't really done much Feral Hound casting this time around. Mainly because there's so much poison that it feels less useful. Because we don't get the barrier aspect of it. Most battles. But that should be enough to kill it. And down it goes. Are they going to nerf tribute rewards? No, they're actually buffing tribute rewards. From what I can tell. They're not buffing it directly. Well, they're buffing it directly and indirectly. The power levels are going to be higher on kingdoms. Because, of course, like I mentioned, they're adding more stars. So, obviously, there's going to be more rewards for upgrading your stuff. So, in a way, they're technically buffing tribute next patch. Not by much. And only, like, extremely late-game, end-game players will really see the benefit of that, most likely. But they are technically buffing it. Actually, everything that they're doing seems to be a buff. Though I believe they are adding another gold sink, a gem sink to the game. But, everything resource-wise does appear to be buffs for the most part. Also, there's a slight change to gem keys. and I believe one other key. I forget if it was only gem keys. That's going to technically ever so slightly be nerfing them. Has to do with the new weapon. Or the new weapon system. But we'll go and throw that down. Go and throw that in there. And... oops, that's not where I meant to click. Throw the other one. Actually, do we even have it? Let me take the red, just kill him out. We'll get that one down. Get Yagwe down. What else? Let's go and throw that as well. Throw Yagwe as well again. And it should pretty much be dead. Tried cycling through one more time. Ah, we missed. Oh, well, we were getting really lucky there, so that's to be expected. And down it goes. We'll just kill it off a red. Oh, that would have been the perfect time to see if we... oh, no, it wouldn't have been. There has to be at least one other troop remaining. I was going to say that would have been the perfect time to go test if Yagwe's thing triggers before the damage. But we'd need at least one troop to survive to actually see if it does or not. Okay, so this was the battle people were saying to stop at. Vinoxia, Sea Troll, Naga, and Taipan. It has poison, but it's only Vinoxia. Has high skull damage, but that's really its only damage for the most part. And it converts brown to red, yet it doesn't use red. So yeah, that seems really easy. Sea Troll does nothing, pretty much. Actually, you know, Sea Troll and the Vinoxia could be a little annoying, but as soon as we kill Vinoxia, we basically win the battle. The only really big threat, surprisingly, is Vinoxia. Everything else is relatively tame. I guess this guy gets a little bit of damage based on that poison. He's going to be hitting like 70 split. What does that come out to? It's only like, what, 18 damage per troop, assuming none of them are dead yet. It's not really too high. Not to mention, he keeps denying out his color anyways. He keeps denying out brown. And he's blocked on purple pretty heavily, so he's not going to be getting much mana. Yeah, seems decent. Only real big problem with our banner, though, is that we are a little bit focused on to brown with our banner. And he is going to deny that out immediately. Though we also use red, so that should be fine. Anyways, how many hits can we tank? Oh, good. We can actually tank, yeah, assuming we don't get quickly poisoned, we can actually tank 3 hits. Especially with our 25% reduction. Yeah, and if we use Parrot in first slot, I would only tank 2. So I believe I do still keep using this in first slot then. And just keep it as is. Sweet, okay. So let's go and, I guess we'll take a red here. He's gonna obviously take a skull. You know what? Never mind. Let me take that into green. I don't want him taking it. I didn't really need it as much, but he needed it pretty badly, so I don't want to give it to him. Alright, we'll try for a red. Didn't get it. Got a green there instead. Speaking of green, I guess we'll go take that again. Go get a Feral Hound down. Oh yeah, I can silence everything on his team as well. I don't think anything has immune. So we can silence whatever we want with Parrot. Oh, that works very easily. I wonder what the final battle is then. Does final battle have a reality or something? If so, then we're definitely not doing it, that is for sure. I will go get that down. Get herself full. Okay, apparently not. I need to try keeping at least one of these 2 aligned, so we'll just take a red here. Grab that. He does not ruin it. Perfect. Actually, if anything, he helped it even more. So I'll grab all that. Take the red over. Take the skull. Take another Yagwe down. Throw that in there. Feral Hounds. Hopefully the full mana. Still need a little bit more. What are you doing? Oh, gosh. What are you doing? Okay, we'll throw it again. I didn't hit extra turn. Take our green that we finally need. Get a Yagwe here. His skull damage alone is almost enough to kill us if he gets lucky enough. Even without the Vinoxia. And normally it wouldn't happen, but it's definitely could be a way we could lose. Okay, we'll throw a Parrot at it. Actually, you know what? Let's just throw a skull into a Parrot. That'll guarantee us the kill. And down it goes. What can you use in place of Yagwe if you don't have one? Infernus? Let me see. Infernus, Dragon Soul, though Dragon Soul not as much. Let me see. Any high damage red purple. So Elamagrim, Infernus, Queen Titania, possibly Sakima, Sunbird, possibly Dragon Soul. And that's about it as far as red purples. But you can also use a brown red or a red green. What other color are we missing from this team again? Yes, we could use a red green as well of any kind. So as far as good red greens to put there, Draculus would technically work. Ketris would work. I like how I'm just naming mythics. Though the problem is there aren't really too many under these colors that would. Worldbreaker would work. Undyne would work. Really, every single one that would work that's not Yagway is mythic. Fail. I guess technically Hobgoblin may end up working, though it'd be pretty clunky relative to Yagway. And what was the other thing that we could put there? Oops, that's not where I meant to go. Games. Go under that. What are we missing under this team? We're missing purple as well. So I guess technically a... Oh, never mind. I already showed red purple. Well, I guess a purple green would also work. So what's good under purple green? That would fit for that then. So other replacements would include... Also, just running any team with Gorgolfa first slot with any damage source also works. Literally, Gorgolfa into any damage source. Doesn't even matter what the damage source is as long as it's a higher one. So as far as things under green-purple that you could use, which would also be similarly decent, would be, though not as good as Yagway. Kraken could probably get away with Soul Zara if you have it laying around. Really? And that's it. And I guess Yasmin chose him, but of course that's mythic, so that doesn't really count as much. Yeah, I didn't even realize how few options there really were. I guess technically Boar Rider too, though. Again, pretty clunky. He's not really even as good as all the other goblins because he removes instead of destroys. If he was Destroy a row with the damage and the automatic extra turn, he'd be probably better than Goblin Rocket and stuff. Well, maybe not better, but, you know, same kind of level as Goblin Rocket. But Boar Rider's almost never used simply because Goblin Rocket is superior to it. And there's plenty of other green purples in most situations where you get better control out of them than specifically using him. But I never even realized that. There is actually a relatively limited amount of other good options to use. You know what? This battle is actually not too bad. We have Anointed One, Naga Queen, Marilith, Scale Guard. The only really annoying aspect of this team is Anointed One getting too much attack, which is probably going to happen. And what do you convert out again? Oh, you convert out all green, though. Okay, maybe that's the problem. Yeah, he might actually accumulate too much red. Yeah, maybe we will stick with the other one. Not to mention his stats are even higher, so the chance we die off a skull is really high. Anointed One will almost one-shot us. Marilith will almost one-shot us. Naga Queen heals them all for a ridiculous amount. Yeah, never mind. We'll stick with 19. Because this doesn't have anything too threatening. Most threatening thing is Vinoxia maybe stacking some attack into one-shot range. But even that, since it's in first slot, is really easy to deal with. Yeah, we'll just stick with 19. I'm not going to bother with the last one. There's too many things that could go wrong with it. Just wouldn't be worth it. Hey, Vinoxia just replaced his strongest troop. That's convenient. So I do have to be careful not to give him yellow. Actually, that's the only slightly bad thing about this one, though. I believe the other battle has the same issue if we were to go do it. Regardless of where the Valraven appears, there's no yellow on the entire team, so it's never going to be blocked by light mana. Meaning the mana will always go directly into him, which is not good. And we can't silence it either, so we have to kill it with sheer damage before it does anything, every single time. Which luckily, if it's in first slot, that's easy to do, though if it's in third or fourth, particularly fourth, that is relatively hard to do with the current team we're using. That's the only really big downside of using this kind of Yagway-focused team. You could technically try using Infernus, but the problem is you don't know when a Valraven is going to appear or not. So you can't just preemptively switch into a Infernus or a different option. Because you never know when the Valraven is going to occur. And when there isn't a Valraven, it's better just to do this anyways. Okay, so he hasn't taken too much yellow yet, but still, I want to deny out every yellow he does end up having a chance to take. Or at least most of them. Especially once he gets to the point where he can just one-turn the full mana. That would not be good. So we can take a red to purple here. I don't really need that, though. Right now, best take would be taking a green, but there's no green. So let's go move that. Come on, he's not giving us the green we need. We'll go grab that. I don't think we have alignment anymore. Oh, yeah, we actually do. Perfect. So I'll apply all the damage we need. And out of safety's sake, I will throw another Yagway now, even though we don't have alignment. But I'm not even going to bother with Feral Hound. I just want to guarantee us the kill, just so we don't lose that. And now we just win. Pretty straightforward from here. Oops, I thought it was Star turn. Did we go for Feral Hounds? I would go for that instead. Now we'll go for Feral Hounds. Makes it so we have a higher chance of missing, but it still landed, so it works out. Ooh, he's going to get a nice cast there. Luckily, he doesn't use red, though. He's going to get an extra turn off it. He doesn't even go for it, though, oddly enough. I could silence him. I could take mana. I think I am actually going to go for the silencer, so we'll go to that. Main reason I did that is because I can't deny out all his little areas where he's about to take mana. So I'll do that. Try for the Cascade. Didn't get it. We'll do a bunch of blues, but nothing on his team uses it since he's blocked and silenced on everything. What else do we need? I guess we'll take a red, try for the skull, go from there. I need green quite a bit as well. Nice skull. I did get it. We'll take another one. He goes down. There goes a little bit of convert. Helps us more than it does anything else. We'll go through a Yagway here. Never mind, we already have alignment. Don't need to. We'll throw that in there. Move the yellow over. I don't think we can take that for an extra turn. How do I do this? I can take damage there. Or we could just throw Feral Hounds. I think I will go for that, so we'll take that. See what else we have for Cascades. Now we'll... Oh, not the one I meant to do. I meant to throw Feral Hound right there. Oh, it's not that big a deal. We obviously win the battle, regardless of what we do at this point. And down it goes. And there we go. Wow. How's our points looking? We can actually break down... oh, I didn't double check. How many points did we get for that battle? I want to break down about how many points we will have total by the end of this, just so we kind of know in advance. I clicked too quickly at the end of the previous battle. We got 4,560. So 4,560. Let's assume we're going to have 40 battles. So 4,560 times 40. Because, of course, Val Ravens. That is 182,400 more points. And if we add that onto our current amount of points, 51840. That comes out to 234,240. Does anyone recall how many points you need to get every reward? Isn't it 250,000? If so, I'm actually 16,000 short based on the calculations I did. Though that was underestimating the Val Ravens. There's a good chance we'll get way more Val Ravens than what I calculated out for. I always like lowball it just in case. But yeah, we'd be right there. Basically, where that name I have no clue how to pronounce is where we would be after we've completed every battle we do. Of course, we'll be way lower than that. The main reason it's like that is because not everyone has done their points yet. But yeah, about that many points is how many we would have by the end of our things. About 235,000. Of course, it could be higher once we have Val Ravens. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it's 250,000, like almost right on the dot, if not exactly right on the dot. Forget the number off the top of my head. Anyways, let's go claim a bunch of rewards. We have several of them here. I believe mainly just an orb as far as actual interesting drops. Though a Vault Key as well, but we can't use Vault Keys till a little bit later on. Later on as in the next Vault event. You can technically use them right now if you wanted to, but there's an ever so slightly higher chance of getting a Vault Key off of a Vault Key during a Vault event. And wow, what is with these useless green orbs? We're just throwing our gems into green orbs. Over and over again. Also, next battle we get another orb. So that'll be cool. Also, with that being said, after we do this next battle, I guess we'll go give out a redeem code. I haven't even given one out yet, so we'll go do that. Also, by the way, my YouTube thing still says I'm offline right now. Let me go refresh this already. This might delete all the chat that's already been said, so if you did leave a question, leave it again in a second. Because this might delete chat. I'll see in one moment. Okay, there we go. Now it says I'm live. This entire time it showed that I've been offline. I know for you guys it doesn't do that, but it was being all glitchy when I was starting to stream. Anyways, there we go. Okay, you don't need to retype your things. I can actually see all the chat that was already here. Nice, it did save it. Sometimes it doesn't. Would Ubistet be good in replacement of Yagway? I don't know if you'd be able to apply enough damage. If you think you can with your first slot, then yes. Yeah, Ubistet would be okay. I guess technically that would be a decent way to kill the Val Raven too, since you could damage first slot and then damage the Val Raven and then kill it out that way. So yeah, I think Yagway would be fine if you wanted to go down that route. I mean, not Yagway. I mean, obviously Yagway is fine. I mean, Ubistet would be fine to use as well. Let's see. Why, when you play on mobile, does it download assets every time? They're fixing that, I believe, next patch. Yes, I know it's really annoying. They will be fixing that, though. They are aware of it. Surprised they actually haven't already but fixed it, but I believe it requires a client update or something, which they need to go and push a major update out for. And their next major update is until later this... Did my stream just go down? But yeah, the next major update is until later this year. My stream just went down for like 1 second. But yeah, what was I just saying? Yes, the whole issue with mobile should be fixed next patch. Is the bottom line of what I was just saying. For whatever cutout of what I was just mentioning. Hello, Mark Punk. You wanted to ask about Grim and his boost ratio. Is the troop any good? Yes. If you can burn the entire enemy team very easily, it is insanely good. The cheapest good option for that is a Ural Firemantle fully traded. The absolute best synergy for it is a Infernus fully traded. Though really anything that can mass burn easily tends to synergize really well with it. Though generally you want to have it off of automatic extra turns like Ural and Grim, just because it makes it so you don't have any downtime, making it very easy to get the loop going. Otherwise, if you use something that burns all enemies, but it wastes your turn doing so, you're it's a little bit clunkier because, well, for one, you have to waste your entire turn, and it makes it less of a loop since you have to throw away one entire turn to make it work. Please use a deck of Tauruses. Tauruses are not worth using. There is no synergy within Tauruses that you would ever bother with, unless it was a week where it deliberately restricted you to only use Tauruses. That is the only time I would ever bother using Tauruses. You should never deliberately build a Taurus team, because there is no such thing as a Taurus team. There's not enough good Tauruses to make it work. There is potential for them, though. There are a couple of really good support Tauruses within the game, but there's just not enough synergy within them at the moment. It will change in the future, but at the current moment in time, just never bother with them. And any troops relating to it, just don't bother trading yet, because they're not really worth going for. Okay, do we have Yagwe? No, we do not. Yes, we do. No, we do. Okay, we'll go through Yagwe in there. Get that down. We actually have a repeat Yagwe, too. I guess we'll go try getting alignment off of the Feral Hounds. We got alignment, but we didn't get extra turn. So we'll go for that. He lets me cast. We'll take the full mana. We'll throw this down again. This one will probably miss, but hopefully will still give us our alignment that we need. And it does miss, but it does indeed give a line. Take the red. We'll take the other red as well. Throw a Yagwe in there. Got extra turn and a line. Perfect. And we'll throw it again. 2 more times. Actually, we might as well just throw Yagwe into his skull at this point. Let's take the skull first. And I believe that's enough damage off the Yagwe. And yes, it is. There we go. Okay, let me go give out the redeem code. Still haven't given out a single one yet, so we'll have this one. We'll have another one later. Also, I believe these are my last 2 codes, but Salty did say she would give me another 10 today, which is good because I'm about to run out, but she still hasn't done that yet, unfortunately. She like gave me a message 11 hours ago, and it says, I will send you 10 today, and it's 11 hours now, and it hasn't happened. Luckily, I still have my codes right now, but hopefully she does that, like, today, because she doesn't. I'm actually out of codes for tomorrow, so I'm giving out the last ones I have today because she said she would give more. But, yeah, hopefully she does, or else I have no codes tomorrow. But yeah, let me go give out the last codes, or one of the last 2. We'll give out this one, and then we'll give out the other one a little bit later in the stream. And then we should have more tomorrow, as long as Salty gives us more. Well, since we're talking about Salty right now, let's go give out the one that has Salty in it. Let's go do this one. Save that. Put that over here. Make sure it works. Put this over here. Paste that there. But yeah, redeem codes are just a small little thing that you can claim. They give a little bit of extra resources within the game. It does not work on the 2 console versions, but it does work on PC, all the mobile versions, and the Amazon version. So basically everything except PS4 and Xbox One. If you're on any version other than those versions, it will work. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. The redeem code below is, if I could go post it, right there. Oops, I almost just deleted everything. Oops, I almost just deleted everything again. Good job. There it is. Salty, salty. Except with a 7 there instead of a T. There you guys go. Use that on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. I'll go copy paste it onto chat so you don't have to go and type it all out. Sure, that's centered enough. There we go. Put that right there. And let me go copy it. And there you guys go. There it is in chat. And we'll have another one a little bit later on in the stream. And if Salty gives us more, we'll have another 2 tomorrow as well. Anyways, your invite code can be found underneath your options menu. Whatever your game says there is what you put in. Don't put in what mine says. Put in whatever your game says. Salty never says that during hers. I think everyone tries putting in her invite code instead of their own. Because she always says that she keeps getting people claiming it for her. But yeah, make sure to put your own there. Rosa's just going to send it to me. And the redeem code's obviously the one that says redeem code below, as well as the one in chat. I just use it on gemsofwar.com, and it gives us the same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. And we actually need maps this week, because we need it for the treasure hunt event this week, which I should probably be getting on, because I barely even touched it, but it has quite a few spear gems, gem keys, stuff like that. It's actually relatively low this time around, but still, it's for newer players, this is insanely good values, since you'd already probably be wanting to focus down treasure maps anyways to begin with. So even better value from doing them this week. 90 gems, 8 gem keys, and 8 glory keys, so decent amount of resources still. Anyways, what did we get from the 1 gem key? Anything good? Nope. Also, I think I forgot to mention it last night, but yeah, yesterday was the last day to get, what's his name? The new Ubestet within the drop table. He is still in the drop table, but he's, it's a 1 in out of however many mythics there are within the game, if you even get a mythic. So the only way to really get a Ubestet, if you didn't already get one, is to wait until it comes into Soulforge. That is the most realistic way to go get an Ubestet if you're still interested in him. Of course, yeah, you might have to wait a while, or who knows, maybe he'll be in it next week. That'd be funny. But, yeah, hopefully I'll make sure to make an announcement on Monday, like I normally do, kind of going over him when he's available for the first time. I know, it's 6,559 treasure maps for sale. How many am I at right now? I'm at 4,440. Oh, we're almost at all 4s. We need to go get all 4 treasure maps today. 4, 4, 4, 4. That needs to happen. Okay, anyways, let's go and head back to Bounty Hunter, I guess. And, oh, we got another ore. What do we have? Please. Anything but green. Even orange I would take at this point. Ah! We hit 3 greens in a row. Why? What on earth is that? Wow. I'll give out the next redeem code when we get an orb that isn't green. I'll give out the next redeem code then. How about that? What even is that bad luck? That is insane. 3 greens in a row. Also, I just noticed on that little graphic, they did the mist of his tail weirdly. The one for him. It doesn't look like it in this, but it actually cuts off on the side. I didn't even notice that earlier. Because of how they have the frame. Normally they have it cut off only on like the lefter side on them because of how all the troops are. But that's weird. He's actually cuts off on the right. Normally troops do not cut off on the right side of their body. I was mainly referring to his mist thing. I'll show it again if we see it on the loading screen. It's never going to appear otherwise. We'll go do that. Forever green. Could you imagine if every orb we get today was green? That'd be horrible. That'd be the worst luck ever. We'll go take a red. Get another one down. I still don't know why they haven't revamped the Soulforge. I don't even believe they're doing that next patch either. It still costs 20 smaller greens to make 1 larger one, despite every other color only requiring 4, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Not to mention it costs souls on top of that, so you're losing value like crazy on them. Not to mention it's never worth even crafting due to how many copies of them you need. Okay. I guess we'll throw a Yagway. So we'll get that down. We'll go and convert that over. He'll take a skull. We do not have extra turn. Oh, wait, never mind. We don't even have Yagway. I was going to go cast him. Don't even have it. I'll throw another Fair Hound just because the board looks nice. And yes, it is. Perfect. It's dead. And it's pretty much matched. We'll go through another one for alignment purposes. And we didn't actually get it, though. So we'll go and just take a red, I guess. Maybe throw another Fair Hound. This one will hopefully land. Whoa, gotta be careful. He can actually still win. Wait, hold up. Let me go play it safe. Let's go throw the silence down on him. Just in case. Really? Let's play it safe. Instantly dies. Okay, let's get Yagway down. Really? 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 We might lose. Okay, gotta be really careful now. There we go. That was a little bit too close. Those skulls hit so hard when he keeps getting them. What is my Guild War green? I'm running some kind of infinite green loop. Stream, why are you falling down? Come back, stream. Come back. I think it's back now. Hey, when it does that. Should be back. Are you guys noticing the stream disconnecting? I almost just said disenchanting. But yeah, it keeps going down for like 1 second and then coming right back up. It's being weird. But what was I just saying? It was related to green. Oh, Green Day team. As far as Green Day team, it's generally just an infinite loop of some kind. I actually don't recall what I use at this given moment in time. Is there even anything new we could use for it? I don't think there is. Oh, no, never mind. I was going to say that new converter, but that converter doesn't use green in it, so we can't use it on Green Day. Unless you were running a 3 green, then you could, but I obviously wouldn't be doing that. Yeah, I actually forget what my Green Day is off the top of my head. It's something Yasmin loop. I'm almost guaranteed of that. Probably with the Queen Aurora and Last Slide. It's really expensive, whatever I use. Just because the loops work a lot better with Queen Aurora. Okay, what do we need here? We'll go get that. That's just for alignment purposes. Of course, wasn't really expecting it to extra turn, nor did it give us our alignment, though, unfortunately, but we'll just go for damage. Doesn't have to be aligned to get the extra turn. Or it does have to be aligned to get the extra turn, but we don't need it to really function. Ideally, we need a red or a green to drop here. Okay, that didn't happen. I guess we'll just throw that. And then it just completely misses. Good job. Well, now we really need a green because he's not full mana yet. Normally, you'd want to get him to full mana first, but oh well. We do have a nice Yagway there, so we'll go for that if it'll let me click. And it's almost enough damage. I might as well just recast it at this point. And all I have to do now is poke him once. Actually, here, I have a parrot. And down he goes. That is one vicious parrot. There we go. Let me see. What's our Green Day? So Green Day, we run... I want to say it's something... Let's see. Let me see if I could guess what the team is. It's something Yasmin, something Queen Aurora. I believe is my current green. Yep, I got it. Web Spinner, Yasmin, Dark Maiden, Queen Aurora. Basically, infinite green spam is the team. Web Spinner creates 9 green. Yasmin creates 10 green. Dark Maiden converts yellow to green, or to any color that we want it to convert to, though normally it'd be green, brown, or purple. And Queen Aurora can be create any color, of course, green. And it also gives us more mana per everything we take. And we use every color on this team, so we take more of everything. I believe it has every color, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we cover every color. Yeah, this is pretty much what I run on Green Days. Really, really bad against Queen Mab. I could revamp into some kind of KrissTigger team if we are up against Queen Mab. We can also run a partial Kraken team if we were running up against Queen Mab. There are options that we could switch into. But generally, if we're not up against any freeze, I'll be using this. And if we are up against freezes, there's... yeah, I almost feel like doing 4 times KrissTigger. But no, I'll probably do some kind of either Captain Skullbeard or partial Kraken KrissTigger team of some sorts. Even both of them together wouldn't even be too bad. But this is what I normally use personally for Green Day. Let's see. What is the best value to use the Orb of Wisdom? No. The best value would be to use your Orb of Wisdoms only on the second or third trait on Legends, the second or third traits on Guardians, or the second and third trait on Mythics are the only ones that you should ever use a smaller orb on. And the absolute best value, obviously, is the second or third trait on Mythics, because it saves you the most amount of trait stones. You shouldn't put it on what the most useful troop is. You should put it on what the most expensive troop is. Though, of course, you'd still want to put it on a useful, expensive troop. But it's much better to always use them only exclusively on Legends and Mythics. You should never use them on lower rarity stuff. Even if you desperately need it traded, it's much better, or it's much more time efficient. Well, maybe not time efficient, but in the long run, it's much better to go and just farm the trait stones for all of your lower stuff. And then just use the Orbs of Wisdom for exclusively Legends and Mythics only. Ideally Mythics, but of course not too many people have Mythics, so it's perfectly fine still using them on Legends instead. Only the second and third trait though, unless you're using that max out orb to get all 3 traits. But the first trait on every single troop, including Mythics, is relatively cheap. By cheap, I mean cheaper. It's not like super cheap, but it's you should only ever use on the second and third traits of Legends and Mythics is the bottom line. Who could you replace out Queen Aurora with? Probably another mana generator. You need some kind of support for this team. So we'd need a green-yellow there. So you can actually go Grapple Pot as well. You can go Grapple Pot, you can go Famine, you can go... let's see, what's a cheap one? Let's see, Grapple Pot, Famine. Could probably get away with Elven Bard, which is only ultra rare. Falconer, if you wanted to summon her, actually wouldn't be too bad. It feeds into Dark Maiden. Plus you'd have a summon, because this team currently doesn't have a summon. And if Dark Maiden doesn't heal Web Spinner enough, you will lose it, which loses some points sometimes. Queen Grapple Pot, as I mentioned. And Ward Breaker, technically, though that's even more expensive. So as far as cheap options, your best bets would be Grapple Pot, Falconer, and what was the other one I mentioned? There was one other one. Grapple Pot, Falconer, and never mind, I think that's it. Unless we're going into extremely expensive stuff like Famine and Ward Breaker. Actually, you know what? I almost feel like using Ward Breaker instead of a Dark Maiden. Could you imagine? The biggest issue with that would be way too high of a mana cost. The average mana cost of the team would be like 24 or something. Or 22, something ridiculously high. But yeah, the best bet, cheapest one then would probably be Elven Bard. It gives you a little bit extra magic, it gives them half mana, and it gives them enchant to get their thing up quicker. It also has decent support, has immune to mana drain in case you're running against Famine or something. Actually, this team is actually pretty bad against Famine as well, because if you miss, you feed Famine all the green, which can backfire pretty heavily. I still think I might revamp my Green Day eventually. There hasn't been any good new green troops though. Maybe they will in the future. But at the current moment in time, they haven't added one for a while. Alright, let's go get our... Never mind, there's not even any new rewards yet. Well, let's keep fighting then. Oh, you have both Famine and Grapple Pot? Oh, just put a Famine there then. Yeah, Famine would work. It's also particularly good if you're up against another Famine as well. Because you can use your Famine to counter out their Famine. Okay, we'll go and we'll take a blue, take the red. Go grab another red, get the full mana, throw Pharaoh Hounds. Of course, we need to pressure him. We can easily just convert out his mana. I don't actually have to take the yellow since we can just convert it instead. I'll take that. Ideally, we'll have alignment here, and we do. And ideally, he would have died to that, but he didn't. I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to go directly for the skull, just to make sure he has a 100% chance of going down. I don't want him accidentally invading the battle when we could stop him at 100% rate. So we'll do that. We'll throw this down again. And actually, let me take green first, just in case. That also gives us alignment, so that works out perfectly. And do we have it again? No, we did not. So we'll throw a Pharaoh Hound, hopefully get the alignment we need, and we get the extra turn. And that's pretty much a match. Really smooth battle this time around. And we get a Valraven out of it too, which is of course wonderful. And that's match. Dead. Wow, that went smooth. Which every single one of those could go that smooth. And there we go. Very nice. We're at 70,000. Still have our 24 sigils, which is like 30-something battles. Probably like 36 or so. So we went through, what, about 1/3 of them so far. Wow. Well, technically we had 32. So how many did we deplete so far? That means we depleted 8. So that means we went through 1/4. We've gone through 1/4 of our things. So if we maintain the exact same Valraven luck, which of course isn't that likely, but if we do, we would have approximately 280,000 points, give or take several thousand. Actually, maybe even more than that, because of course some of these were for lower points. Most of these battles were actually, the first 18 were for lower points than what we're getting now. But yeah, I think we're in the clear to get over 250,000, which I believe is what we need for all rewards, or somewhere really close to that. Anyways, let's go grab that. Nothing too useful there, only Celestials. I don't need more Celestials. We have like, gosh, how many do we have? We have over 300 or something. Some kind of absurd number. How many Celestials we at? 468. So there are people that are in the thousands. Actually, there's probably people that have thousands in every arcane as well. I'm still trying to work towards like base 200. We're not even there yet. Actually, we're quite a bit away from there. Base 200 trait stones. We'll get there eventually. You never know when you might eventually need them. Also, I was going to buy more copies of the Swamp Guy, wasn't I? Let me go do that now before I forget. Because I might forget that later. Type pawn. How many more copies do we need? In order to max him, we need to go buy 7, 8. How much glory is that? 3,600. Are we willing to sacrifice 3,600 to get him to Mythic? I believe my answer to that is yes. So let's go do that. Because I might be using him for stuff, you never know. So let's go get, oh, I already forgot how many copies I needed. I believe it was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I believe it was 8. Let's see, we need 3,600. So 8 times 400, yeah, 8. There we go. And that should be Mythic with 1 copy remaining. And search upgradable. There we go, exact amount. Ascend him to Mythic. And there we go. Sweet. Okay, so we have a max now. Okay, so got all that situated. Let's go and head back to Bounty. Fight, and let's go back to this battle. Is Ubistet in the drop pool? Yes and no. Yes, he is in the drop pool, but he's not the only Mythic in the drop table now. So when you get a Mythic drop, which is ridiculously rare, it'll be a 1 out of however many Mythics there are within the game chance of getting specifically him. So realistically, the only way you could really get him now, though it is technically still possible to get him off of keys, though the only realistic way to specifically get him is from the Soul Forge, now that he's not exclusively in the drop table anymore. He still is in the drop table, it's just the specific chance that you would get him is insanely rare. Like, the chance you would get a Mythic is still exactly the same, but that Mythic could be any Mythic in the entire game now, instead of specifically just Ubistet. Okay, we'll go throw that down. But yeah, he'll probably be in the Soul Forge in a couple weeks. Or hopefully he will be. Probably in the next month or so. Who knows, maybe even next week. We'll go move that over. But as long as you have 4,000 diamonds on reserve, you'd be able to craft him immediately whenever he does come out again. Move that, move that. Don't even think we need to bother with silence. This battle is actually so easy that we don't even really need to bother disabling him. The only thing he could ever do is just go skull happy, which he's trying to do right now. And obviously silence would do nothing against that, so we barely even need a parrot, because we can't even use it on Valraven. It might even just be worth replacing it for something, because we are like not even using it at all. Or almost not using it at all. Also, I was just saying that, and now he's about to destroy us off of skulls. I shouldn't have mentioned anything. Let's see. What do we need here? At this point, I might as well just take brown. But I can't because it gives him extra turns everywhere. Why does every single color I need give him an extra turn? If I take red, he gets a skull. If I take brown, he gets purple extra turn. If I take this brown, he gets a 4 times. If I take this brown, he gets a 5 times purple. I don't think there's any way out of this. I have to take purple. Probably this way, so we get a chance of green and cascades there. But if I take any of the 2 core colors I need, he gets an extra turn that's useful to him. Ugh. That's not gonna work. There are 28 base mythics now? Wow, that's a lot. Is that counting Dawnbringer or not counting Dawnbringer? I assume that's not counting Dawnbringer. In which case, there'd be 29. Okay, we'll go move that over. That gets us to max mana. Get a Yagway down. Yeah, this battle should still be fine, but that was a little scary there. We'll go for a red poke right there, because that's enough for Yagway to clean. And down. Doesn't matter how many troops we lose, as long as we win it out, we're good to go. Okay, we'll go move that over. Take a green. Grab a... what do we need? Guess we'll take a blue to red. So we have the purple there. We can try going for a little bit of red. Green or red, either or would work here. Actually, no, I guess we go red search for that into full mana. I need to take one green, though, first. So we'll grab this green. Try for the yellow extra turn off the top. Didn't get it. We'll go for that. Somehow not full mana. We'll grab it for an extra turn. Get our Yagway that we need. Throw Feral Hound just to get it all cycling again. We can try for the skull off the top. Don't think we need it, though, so we'll just try for Yagway alignment. And we somehow didn't get it. We did land an extra turn, at least, though. We got that going. I have an extra turn there, but obviously I can't take it for Yagway at the moment. Oops. Still can't take it for Yagway. I guess we'll try it again. Oh, well, we actually got it. Nice. Okay, so we'll go for that. Very nice. That'll go down. Throw the convert over. To go throw a skull poke as well, which I guess we'll go for. Move that over. Yeah, we'll go for it. Why not? I might just poke him with this ability or parrot or something. Probably the parrot so it doesn't block my mana. Actually, before I do, let me just go Yagway. So never mind. That kind of makes it so I can't do that now, can I? Fail. Well, not that big a deal. Oh, you got a kill. What's kind of nice about this battle, too, is we don't even need to worry about him removing our barriers. We can actually use them. Because he doesn't have poison. Actually, I shouldn't say that he doesn't have poison. He has Venoxia, but he doesn't have a good poison. I should say. He technically does have poison. It's just Venoxia is pretty bad at poisoning. Okay, we'll go, and, or at least relative to other options. We'll go for that. Take the red down, and that should be overkill. And win this extra turn, even if it wasn't. And then it goes. Yeah, that's a lot of mythics. I remember when the first one still came out. They were actually like really cool when they first came out. Like the whole concept of like getting them. Because prior to mythics being in the game, I know a lot of people kind of hate them because they're so ridiculously rare, but they were actually somewhat decent for late game. Just because prior to them ever existing, there was nothing to really look forward to in the game when you were like opening keys. Because nothing was exceptionally rare. Every late game player had every legend in the game to like more copies than they would ever need. So that wasn't really too interesting. But then they added mythics and it's like, ooh, there's this new shiny thing that we could constantly keep getting, or at least have a chance of getting every single time we do keys. The only thing I really hated is when they changed the key format, they made gold keys. There used to only be 2 keys in the game, and then they made it like 5 or 6, or you know, however many there are now these days. But back in the day, there were only 2. And the lowest key in the game, when it was first launched, did have the capability of giving you mythics and stuff. But then they changed the format, which it's the only thing I really hated about when they switched it all over, was that the lowest key has a 0% chance of giving you those kind of things. Because that kind of defeated the whole purpose of, hey, we're going to go add these like new exciting things into the drop table. But we're also going to add a key that has none of those exciting things in them. Which, I don't know why they did that. Really wish they would have had the... I really wish common keys were kind of like what the 10,000 thing is. Where it basically gives everything. Or, you know, when you get your guild to 10,000 seals, where it drops everything from common to mythic, except it's very low chance of dropping epics, legends, and mythics. I really wish they would have done that for the gold keys. But they didn't. If nothing else, at least that makes it a little bit easier to gain commons, but still, commons are like ridiculously hard to get later in the game. Just because later in the game you don't have as much of a need to open gold keys, and the only way you actually obtain commons is from gold keys. To a late game player, there's essentially no other way in the entire game to gain them other than gold keys. Because the few other methods where you would obtain them, late game players wouldn't bother ever doing. Let's see. Do you think they will create something stronger than Mythic in the future? Possibly. That's why I'm saving all my copies of troops, just in case they do. The likelihood that they would is very, very slim. But they didn't deny that they wouldn't. They just said that they probably wouldn't. But they never said they wouldn't. But yeah, it could happen. That's why I save every copy of every troop I have. You never know. I really highly doubt it, though. And if they do, no time soon. It would be like 2 years down the line or something. Let's see. We'll go and we'll take some reds. They would have to have so many mythics in the game that they aren't considered mythic anymore for them to ever consider adding another rarity beyond mythic. It'd basically have to be like what I just mentioned earlier, where basically everyone had every legend. Mythics would have to be to the point where almost everyone has every mythic for them to ever bother adding something above mythic. But that's never going to happen because of how rare, or at least in the current format, with how rare mythics are, that's not really feasible. And there we go. Also, that battle was a little bit shaky, but we still killed it out. Still had plenty of HP on Yagway. I don't even think Yagway was touched at all in that battle. Is Magnus worth crafting from the Soul Forge this week? No. I wouldn't go out of your way to craft it. It's an okay utility, but I wouldn't bother going out of your way for it. Generally, in the case of most legends, even if they're somewhat decent, it's not worth going for unless they're insanely good. Just because you're going to have every legend in the game way before you have every mythic. So you generally want to save your diamonds from mythics. The only few exceptions to that are really the only 2 exceptions, though there might be some other very niche ones depending on your preferences for teams and what you want. But the only 2 really big exceptions would be Dragon Soul, because it makes PvP so much quicker in early game, plus it gives you souls. It's one of the best soul mana generators, if not the best soul mana generator, other than Ferris Raw, of course. And Tesla, because Tesla can be used for every single piece of content in the game. Pretty much. It can be run for pets to make sure the second you get Tesla, you can run through all pet battles, you can run through all dungeons, you can run through all PvP battles. All you have to do is just double Dwarven Gate Valkyrie Tesla, and you just ran through the entire game just using that. Those are the only 2 things I would really say are worth crafting for 800 diamonds. Every other instance I'd probably avoid, unless you just really desperately want that troop, because it'd be better used for saving them for mythics. It might take you a couple months before you finally get that legend, just by natural means, but in the long run, it would be better. Just wait. Unless you are planning on using whatever troop you're crafting in, like, literally every team you're ever using. That's the only time when it would really be worth it. Which, if you crafted a Dragon Soul, you would be, and if you crafted a Tesla, you would be. Tesla would be literally every team you do once you have it. And or at least if you wanted to keep using it that way. And Dragon Soul would be as well, since you would use it for soul farming and just passively gaining souls with every battle. Oh, you have them both already? Oh, okay. Just save for mythics then. I wouldn't bother with anything other than mythics at that point then. Just go for all the best mythics like Ferris Ra, Ubistet. Let's see. Ferris Ra, Ubistet, Worldbreaker, Infernus. That was the one I was looking for. Infernus, Alamagrim, and Famine's probably still worth going for. Those are like the main core ones out there. The main 3 I would say at the moment is Ferris Ra as the best one, Infernus for the overall best damage and arguably the best one depending on how you look at it, and the next best from there would be Ketris or Ubistet. Probably Ubistet. I probably like really underclassed him when I first was using him, but yeah, Ubistet's actually insanely good. I probably would actually put him as 3rd in the current setup of mythics in the game. Okay, we'll go and what do we need here? Go take that over. Take the blue. So many things. Okay, here's the question. Will this be an extra turn or will this not be an extra turn? And is this a higher chance of us getting an extra turn or is this a higher chance of us getting an extra turn? I say this because this is technically an extra turn, but I don't know if the Doom Skull will make it go weird. Because Doom Skulls have been acting weird this patch. I believe this one has a higher chance of not being incorrect. So we'll do that, and it does indeed give us an extra turn. So I don't know if the other one would have, but that one definitely did, so there we go. That glitch should be fixed next patch, by the way, but it isn't currently, so we have to factor it in whenever we take moves. And Yagway it down. And there we go. What about War? Oh, no, War is awful. They buff nerfed him. Hate when they buff nerf things. They, like, try buffing something by nerfing it. It's weird strategy they have. Their actual intention is to buff it, but they actually end up just nerfing it instead. It's really odd, but they've done that numerous times already. And War is probably the best example of that. They got rid of his 2 times damage to burning and gave him 25% skull reflect instead. They made his ability better, but they made his traits worse. So, he was mainly only ever used for his traits anyways. So, they kind of, like, drastically changed how he was used, plus made him weaker simultaneously. I'm just not a really huge fan of him. I would sooner use, like, a solo Ketris team than bother trying to make War work. This is not worth using in most situations. Okay, we're gonna go for a silence here. Oh, there's a problem. I forgot. He has a Val Raven. Gotta be wary of that. We'll go throw this down then. Oops, I just gave him so much red. Luckily, he just takes a skull, though. Yeah, we'll go for Feral Hounds. Got a lot of poisons, too. I was just mentioning the previous battle, like, hey, poison doesn't matter at all in Vinoxia. It's actually gonna come into play quite a bit this battle. You know what? I should have converted there. I need this to go down, but I don't have enough damage yet. Actually, technically I do. I could throw Yagway right now, but I don't have alignment for it. I'd rather get alignment. There we go. Now we can kill it out. And now we gotta go worry about this Val Raven. Well, currently there's no yellow, so that's good, at least. We'll go try getting this to land, and it did, surprisingly, so we'll go move that. Ideally, we'll have Yagway, and we do. And it should be enough damage? No. Yes? I might need to go calculate this out. This is actually really important to make sure that this does do enough. What's 99 divided by 4? 99 divided by 4 plus 27. I mean 47. Plus 47. Oh, never mind. Divided by 3. Oh, duh, that's 33. 33 plus 47. Oh, I can do that in my head. That's 80. Is that enough damage? Yes, it is. Dead. There we go. Okay, now we just have to kill out that one. And we have enough barriers. That should be fine. Also, this one isn't poisoned, so we can just use it as a frontline tank if worse came to worse. Not like he's going to win. All he can do is do skulls. Though you never know. He could get lucky enough. Weirder things have happened. Should be fine, though. There goes one skull, but we have barrier, of course. We'll go take a red. We'll get this down. Need to go get Yagway to full, but haven't had the chance to yet. That somehow did an extra turn. He just sits on barrier, since we keep getting it back on him. There we go, we got it right back again. Perfect. If we get barrier on anything else, it's going to drop, but at least if we get it on him, it will stay for a little while at least. Plus, we actually get to use it against him. Oops, I couldn't take an extra turn there. I don't know why I didn't do that. If I took it down, it would have been an extra turn. But there we go, and that's a Yagway, and that's match. And even if it wasn't, we had an extra turn, which we could easily take in a couple skulls off of. And there's our Val Raven sigils. Very nice. On to the next one. Hey, did we reach the orb yet? I did say when we get any orb that isn't green, I will give out a redeem code. So we're almost at our next orb. We're about to get the vault key. Then the next one will be an orb. But so far we've gotten 3 green orbs this this stream. So we're on a pretty bad luck streak right now. Actually, a really bad luck streak. I don't think I've ever gotten that many greens in a row. Alright, we'll go throw this down. Yeah, the new drop table for orbs, 90% chance to get a green. Oh yeah, we got a purple there, so we actually get the extra turn. I guess we'll go and grab, both the manas I need aren't available. So I'll go grab that. So we'll take the brown that we need now. We'll throw this into Yagway. Actually, I might just take Yagway to full mana before I do. It'll Skull Distract. It's almost going to kill him, though. Do we do it or do we not do it? I think I actually take red into a skull. So we'll do that so he doesn't get a skull poke. I actually want him not to skull poke us for once. Because he's starting to do too much damage. Okay, that's fine that he did it there because we had barrier up. But we'll go get a Yagway down on him. I need this to live if we can, because he's not poisoned, so we can keep barrier spamming him to keep him alive. So I'll grab that for full mana. Is Yagway enough damage? If it is, I'll cast it. If it's not, we'll cast anything else. So there's a couple different ways we could do this then. We could go throw the parrot into a silence, and then go and Yagway it. Or we could just Yagway it, and if that's enough damage, that'll kill it out, and then we'd throw Feral Hounds. Or we go with a different option, though. I think the first option is Yagway enough damage? So take his HP, 79 divided by 3, so 26 plus 31, and that is not enough. Let's add parrot damage to that, which is 22. And that is actually exactly enough damage. You've got to be kidding me. That is exact damage. So we'll do this. That'll be 22. And then we hit exactly 57. Assuming we hit no reds. And we're not hitting a single red. So we... yeah, we hit exact. That was right on the dot, 57. Actually, the speed was too quick. I should have showed that. I should have hit him for 57 as well. Let me see it on the replay. Come on, replay, go. Come on, replay, go. Does it hit for exactly 57? Did I calculate it out perfectly? Cast already. Oh, it hit for 65. What? Okay, I did something wrong. Wait. Oh, I forgot about the... Hold up. He does his stolen mana as damage? Or his stolen magic? I've never noticed that. Let's see, add 8 to it. Yeah, he did. Oh. No wonder why Yagway does so much damage. Has that been a thing this entire time? I have never noticed that. Or if I did, I forgot about it. I think I forgot about it because I definitely should have noticed that on the first week. But yeah, I completely forgot about that. He gains his, he does his magic and damage every single time. So if he's hitting 2 troops, he's automatically doing 8 additional damage to both of them. The more you know. That's good knowledge. I should have already known that. It is useful to know. Yeah, he steals the 8 before he does the damage. Wow, that was a lot of skulls. We just hit like 3 or 4 skulls out of nowhere. Perfect. That sped it up a little bit. We still have so many to use. The only thing I really hate about Bounty Hunter is around this point, it starts getting a little repetitive. But I still need the rewards. Like right about here. Like right there or right there should be where it ends. Like just stop. Don't keep going. That or give us like some kind of superior battle to do or something. That gives like a lot more points or something other than this one over and over again. Of course, technically we could be doing any of them over and over again, but still, it's the same thing over and over again. It just seems weird that out of all the game modes that this one would be like one of the more repetitive ones. I don't mind it though because it's 4 nice rewards, but it just seems like weird game design. Yeah, let's go grab that. I'll probably stop soon and go to PvP and maps. And we'll just give out the redeem code since we're probably not going to reach another orb. And then we'll just do the other ones tomorrow then. Is probably what I'm going to do. Okay, we're going to take the red. But yeah, this will probably be the last one for now then. And then we'll go do treasure hunt / PvP / answering questions / doing teams and other stuff. But if anyone has anything you want to mention, just let me know. Yeah, the max redeem codes, yeah, we should have already used up the one below. That's probably already depleted by now. I believe it has 400 claims, but even though we don't have 400 viewers there, it gets shared with guilds, it gets shared in global chat, it gets shared on Discord, it gets shared pretty much everywhere. There's a lot of ways that it gets shared within, like, minutes. Even if we had 50 viewers here, it would still die in, like, 15 minutes just because of how networked people are at this point. Redeem codes have been around for over a year, so people get it around very quick these days. What do we need? Not to mention, there's like over 100,000 players that can actually technically claim it. And there's only 400 redeems. Because between every platform that is capable of playing, that's about how many players there are. Somewhere around the 100,000 range. That's excluding Xbox One and console. Okay, we'll go throw a Yagway at it. Actually, you know what? We'll throw that. Try getting our alignment that we need. We do indeed get it. Throw the Yagway. And then we just poke it with any skull, and down it goes. And we get a map out of it. And yeah, I think we'll leave it at there for now. We hit 102,000. We'll do the other 150 or so thousand tomorrow, which will basically be about the exact same amount that we did today. Maybe I'll do a couple of it, some of it off stream too, because it does get pretty repetitive from here forth. Probably once it gets a little bit closer to the rewards, maybe I'll do it like halfway up to 19 off stream. Do the last little bit on stream later, or you know, later as in tomorrow, most likely. But yeah, we'll leave it out there for now as far as Bounty Hunter is concerned. We did a good bulk of it, about half. And, yeah, we'll just leave it right there. Wait, did I get another reward that I forgot to claim? No, I didn't. I think we did all of them, right? Or we still have the other 3, but I mean, oh no, I forgot the key. So let's go claim that real quick. Why would it give you minors and majors? It seems like such a weird reward to have there. I never even noticed that it gives us vault key too. But yeah, we'll do the other 3 tomorrow. Or slightly off stream. Anyways, for now, let's go do treasure hunt and PvP. I guess a little bit to the treasure hunt. I barely even touched it this week. And it is the week that we basically have to go and do quite a bit of it. And we'll have a redeem code, I guess, probably in the next half an hour or so. Oh no, what I should give it out on. Oh no, what can we possibly do right now that we could give it out on? How about the first vault? No, I shouldn't do when I get the first vault. Because the problem with that is how you would... The proper way to play maps quickly, you would never get a vault. So that wouldn't be good. And I can't do gnomes because gnomes don't appear here. Oh, let's do it on about... like 10 minutes for now, I guess, or something. But if anyone has any questions, now would be a good time to leave them. Since this is a lot slower pace than what Guild Wars is. Or not Guild Wars, what the other game mode, Bounty Hunter. Actually, you know what? We might actually get a vault here. You know what? Let me go try for a vault. If we get a vault, I'll go give out a code. Let's see. I'll move that over. Move that over. Wasn't actually trying for a vault, but I think we might be able to go for one here. Never mind, we won't be able to this battle. I guess I will go try a serious map and see if we can get a vault off it. There's a red chest. Not a vault, though. Almost there. One of them. Almost there. What do we need to move around? Yeah, this is map's dead. We'll go move that. I would need to get another chest over here, but there isn't a good way of doing that with how many things are congesting up the area. How many of these little bronze coins. Just blocking it too much, this battle. And yeah, down it goes. And that's the end of that one. Skip, and on to the next one. Okay, let's actually try for a vault. So let's go take that. Move that one so we can take it 5 times. Which way do we take this? Sure, we'll take that down. Why not? Take that for 5 times. Take that for 5 times. Ideally, we'd have another 5 times. Almost feel like taking that for just off so it doesn't actually block anything. Take that for 5 times. Apparently, we're going to have to do that now because I kind of forced us to have to do it that way now. We'll go grab that one. Take the other one just to get it off. Take that just to get rid of most of it except for the one in the corner. Similar to the corner one, I think we're going to corner that guy. Oh, the only problem with cornering that guy is I can't take this one out the board. So I'll go grab that. I'll take that one over. So now allows us to do that one over. Now we get an extra turn off it, apparently. I need to get rid of these 3 bronze coins so badly. I can get rid of one of them very easily. The other one's not so much. I guess we'll try it for it then. So we can get rid of that immediately. I believe that gives us a way to get rid of the bronze too. If I can get them lower, it will. So I need to go get a chest down here. So we'll go take this one just over, preserve our turn right there. Take that just to kind of move that down. And I need to get this. You go get these bronze coins off the bottom without wasting too many turns. Okay, we'll go move that over, I guess. We'll get rid of those. 5 times sitting there, so we will go for it. Into another 5 times, apparently. Bronze coins will get away because they're awful. That we get rid of as well. Those bronze I need to go and congest into each other. Or collapse into each other. How do I do that, though? I don't think I have any immediate way I can actually move it to make it go that way. Because if I move that up, that doesn't actually help us. What's the easiest way of doing it? I guess moving the gold coin over and hoping for something to happen from there. I can also move this chest over. I'd rather get these bags out the way, though. I guess we'll do it. We'll do that. We'll move this one down. The only real big issue there is we'll have 2 bronze coins all the way at the bottom, but oh well. Maybe we'll be able to get one over there. Like, this guy going down would be great. Can we get it all the way down? Even if we do, there's not going to be a way to move it over properly. I'd be better off just trying to use this bronze coin for it, which I believe is exactly what I'm going to do. Oh, but now I can't move it down, so it's going to be the only problem there. So I'm going to move all that down, because I believe that fixes our bronze coin issue over here. Oh, no, kind of. Well, we'll do that. I gotta go for that one. I'm just gonna have to leave that bronze coin in the corner. It's not worth trying to get rid of. For how many turns we're gonna have to use to do it. So we have a bunch of these silver coins here. I think I need to move any of those. How come you started so late today? Oh, Windows 10 update. Actually, I believe it still says in the title. I'll go remove that later. I actually meant to remove it already. But there was a Windows 10 update, and it took like almost an hour when I thought it would only take like 5 to 10 minutes. So it ended up starting way later than I had initially anticipated, unfortunately. But I couldn't stop the update. There's no, like, force exit out of the update thing. So I was kind of stuck having to let it download. Okay, we'll go and move that over. This map's actually starting to look pretty bad now. It was looking good, but now we kind of got the board all congested and trying to make it uncongested, ironically. Though if we made it so congested that we got a shuffle, that would actually be amazing. I still have yet to ever see a shuffle in Treasure Hunt. It is possible. And would actually be very helpful if it ever did occur. But I've never seen it yet. Yeah, we have such a horrible board right now. I need to get rid of these greens so badly. So we'll do that. I'm actually going to do this so we can remove... Oh, never mind. Oops. I was trying to move that down so we could go get rid of those bronze coins. Apparently not. Fail. Well then. I'll go move that. You need to take these bronze so we can go get rid of the silver and move from there. I'm gonna go take that over on the side. Green chest in the corner is not really gonna do much though. I think this is about the end of the line. Don't think we're gonna go to vault this time. Doesn't look like it. Move that one over. Oops, not what I meant to do. Move that one over. Take the 5 times. Need so many more turns. Let's see. We have almost 2 red chests here, so we got that going for us. Getting quite a few turns right there, helping us a little. Got a bunch of bronze blocking us with a wall. We'll go do that. I'll go move this down. Yeah, so I can take it 5 times the following turn, so we'll just do that way then. Take another one to preserve our turns and keep increasing them. We could probably move these bags into a chest. And then take that chest into a green, and then take the green into a red, and do it that way. So we'll do that. Take that. And now we have 2 next to each other. Now all I need is this bronze to be lowered, and then get another red. And then we'll have ourselves a vault. So move that. Oops, that moved down a little bit further than I wanted it to, but can we make this work? I don't think the chests are where we need them to be. Oh. You know what? We could actually make a red chest over there, too. I mean, a green chest. And then make a red chest out of it. That would also work. Either or. The problem is these green chests are so far apart from each other. And I can't actually collapse them together. And I don't have enough bronze chests next to any of the green chests properly. Otherwise, the red chest is going to be too far away. And I can't condense them. I will move that one over. Wish the bronze coin would have fallen there. I guess we could technically move it, but it's going to be for very bad value, so I'm not even going to bother. Do we collapse all these? I feel like the answer to that is no. Because the area where they're going to be is not going to work, but, you know, I'm still going to go for it. So we'll do that. Collapses a lot of the board. So now with these 2 chests, we need 1 more here, and I think we'll be good to go. So we'll move that down so we can take it 5 times. It also gets rid of our bronze coin issue, which we've had down there for ages now. So that's been fixed. Now I have a silver coin issue, and I still have that one in the corner I need to deal with, but this light in the map, it's pretty much pointless to even bother going for. But every single time we keep clearing out the bottom of the board, it's nice because we keep getting better top board to actually be able to use. Yeah, we're almost there. All we need to do is get one more bronze, like right in that general area. And I think we can actually do that. We do that. Oh wait, no, I just messed up. No, I didn't. I do that, move that down. I took way too many turns than I needed to for it. Oh wait, I didn't even notice that. I moved the... No! Wait, hold up. I moved the other red chest down, which means I need a silver coin down here. Whoops. Okay, I need to go fix that. Wait, we need a silver coin down here, or some way to knock it down. I didn't even notice that. That or I need a whole nother red chest. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Well then, I think we might lose now. Well, obviously, every map you technically lose, but it ends eventually. Now we're gonna move that down. Didn't give us any kind of extra turn or any kind of potential to do anything here. Didn't even realize that earlier. We got rid of the bronze coin, but we kind of got the red chest moved down when we did so. I didn't even intend to actually remove that bronze coin then, but apparently cascaded the thing down. And now we're stuck with it down there, and we didn't get it. Oh well. The struggle of actually doing legitimate maps. That's why I never do legitimate maps. They're so not worth doing. Look at how few of those resources are for how long it took. Whereas we could get those resources in like 3 minutes if we just spam through maps, 3 to 4. A lot of glory though that time. Wow, 43 glory. That's like 1.5 maps right there if you were to go buy them for 30 glory each. And we got 2 glory keys, which of course is like 40 glory right there on top of that. The rest of the resources are pretty bad though. The gold is horrible, the souls is horrible. The treat stones are decent. And of course event gems is one of the main ways we actually get them this week. We'll try it again. Let's try getting one more vault and then I'll give up on trying to get vaults. And then we'll go give out a redeem code. Ideally with us actually getting a vault though. Okay, let's see. We'll go grab that. This one looks like a lot better start though. So I think we'll be able to make this work. So move that over. Grab that for your preserve of turn. Keep taking turns. Always got to stack up as many turns as you possibly can at the start, because that's when it's the easiest to actually go and get them all. Later you get into the battle, the harder it's going to keep getting to actually do anything, as far as extra turns are concerned. Because higher and higher resources keep condensing up the board too much. Wow, that's actually pretty decent. 25. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. Okay, we'll move that one over so I can also go move that one so we can go do that. Clear out as much as the small resources as we can from the bottom. As well as the ones from the top if we can. Well, not all the way from the top like that, but I gotta make sure like ones like these, ones like those kind of get out the way. Oops, I have a 5 times there I didn't take because I went for 4 times. Always better going for 5 times, obviously. Generally, you want to actually be a little bit limited in how many 4 times you take so that you can try taking them for 5 times instead. Not always, but it does help, of course. Also, we have all the things where we need them to be a little bit better this time, except for that green. That green should be way more towards the middle, but should still be fine. Okay, let's go move that down, because it condenses the other ones. We can go move this into the other one. It's going to waste a turn, though, so I'm just going to go for that. Got a lucky extra turn cascade drop off of that. Let's go move that so we can get some of these chests out the way. Really need to start taking some of these chests, so go move that down. Grab that to take another one. And yeah, sure, we'll just grab that into a bag. Look at all the bags that fell. Very nice. Grab that. Get the free turn. Kind of where we need them as well. Since this green is so far over to the left, I mean over to the right, I can just move that over, and I'll move it more to the center, so it's not in the way as much. Ooh, those 2 bronze coins are way out of the way right now. Let me go move that. We didn't get the extra turn there. We could have preserved our turn, but I was kind of hoping we could cascade something for it. Apparently not. Is that worth going for? No, not at all. So I'm not going to bother. We'll move that over to get rid of some of the bronze down here. Need to get rid of those as well. Now we're starting to get slightly congested. I think it's mainly because we have too many bags in the center here. Got rid of some of them. Still have those 3, which are kind of in the way. Need that green chest to be a lot lower, too. It's kind of in the middle of everything blocking us. So that didn't really do much there. These silvers aren't really doing much for us. Everything needs to be removed. Too many things are just congested. The problem is we have too much variation on our resources on the board. You try kind of like having one that's just really abundant. Though I tend to not really play that way on most of these. My strategy seems to be like so average for it. But it is one strategy that you can do if you really wanted to plan out every single move you wanted to do. It's simply go and just focus on keeping one color on the board, like gold coins, and just constantly extra turning off them. And only ever taking them for 5 times, basically. And never taking them in any other situation unless it was like 4 times or 5 times, ideally 5 times. Extra turn. Okay, we'll move that. Also, thank you for subscribe, Ho-Hoax. Welcome. I mean, wow, that's not even remotely how you say that name. Hoseo? Actually, I'm pretty sure that's even worse. But thank you for subscribe. Much appreciated. Alright, we'll take the 5 times there. Need to collapse these. We're so close to a vault. We are so ridiculously close. Go move that up. Take that one over. Get rid of those. There we go. And we'll take the red down because that gives us the chest right there. I need to get a green right on top of them. I don't currently have it. If I take it down that way, I won't be able to take it for the following move. Unless I move something else around, which I technically could do. But then I can't take the silver coin, which just leaves us to another problem. That doesn't actually fix anything. Oh, you know what I can do? I can do that. We got it. We got Vault. It has been achieved! Now let's go get 2 Vaults. While we're at it. Okay, we're gonna move that. I'm pretty sure we won't reach 2 Vaults. But we'll go do that. Yeah, we'll give out the redeem code now. We got a Vault. It probably has nothing good in it, but we got a Vault. I really wish they would add Vault keys to Vaults. I know they don't want to for economy reasons within the game, but even if they only made it like a 10% chance or something, that'd be really nice. It would actually give incentive to bother playing out maps, because currently there's no point in doing what we're doing right now. It's a lot better if you have a bunch of maps just to speed through them as quickly as possible, because the amount of resources per hour you would get is much higher. There's no point in specifically going for Vaults, because the amount of time it takes to get one, and just how much focus and everything, it's just way easier just spam clicking everything and just not even bothering. I can get rid of this for 4 times right now. The only problem with that is I'm moving the red chest to the right, which I'd actually want to try avoiding if I can. I'm still gonna do it. We'll take that. But that red chest is pretty much just useless now. Though it's probably going to be useless anyways, because I highly doubt we're going to be reaching a another vault. Okay, we're gonna move that one over. Take the silver. Take the little coin thingy. Is that it? Almost it. Yeah, we'll just grab that. That's pretty much match, and down it goes. There we go. What do we get off the vault? We got... Oh no! I couldn't see because it clicked spam through. I only clicked once, but then it does the spam thingy. We could probably tell from whichever one of these is ridiculously high, though. So, based on what we could tell here, we obviously didn't hit gems. We obviously didn't hit any key. We obviously didn't hit gold or souls. So, it looks like we hit glory. I think it gave 30 glory or 50 glory. I think it's 30. I forget which one it does. But, yeah, it gave us a bunch of glory. Hit 62 glory, that one. So, yeah, it was definitely glory. I don't know how much glory it actually gave. I believe it's 30, though. That's how much. But, yeah, 62 glory from that. And let's go collect our little thing. 8 glory keys. And with that being said, let's actually go give out the code then. And then we'll go ahead to PvP. Oh, good time for questions, he said. Did I ignore, like, every question? It was because I was so, Treasure Vault focused. My bad. Let's see. In the next patch, are all weapons, including Dawnbringer, able to be upgraded? Yes. Every single weapon, literally, in the entire game will be upgradable. Yes. How do you always know what comes up next week, month, patch? The next week, because we have spoiler threads and stuff, same as next month. As far as next patch, normally from developer streams, or sometimes because we have access to the beta. Like right now, we have access to the beta. I can't actually play it or show or say too much about it. But, of course, information that they've said I can kind of mention and stuff like that. Yeah, it's about the patch is normally from the beta testing, or from the devs just blatantly saying it or showing it early. And the weekly and monthly basis is just because of the spoiler threads. One of them is actually in the description below. If you look at the, I believe the second link there, the upcoming troop info in the description below, Transworld, or Terran's World, whatever it's called. If you go under there, second link there, in all the mess of links. It says upcoming trip info. It's pretty far up towards the top. If you click on that, it shows a whole spoiler of every single trip that's coming in the near future, and it's normally pretty accurate. And that's one of the main areas where you can go for spoilers. There are a few other ones as well, but though that's one of the main ones these days. Can you show your probable green Guild War invasion if you think might tweak it, give new troops? I don't think I'm tweaking it at all because there's no new troops to tweak it with. And it'd be really bad against what I'm actually up against right here. So I'm going to go clear this out real quick. That's because I do want to guarantee that we do get the win. What's my current last slot right now? That is not worth using. Let me see. Let's go to... That's also not worth using. That's also not worth using for this particular thing. Where's the team I'm looking for? There it is. Let's go run with this. Oh, I'm using the wrong hero class though, aren't I? Yeah, I'm using Priest now. What was I switching for Priest for? Oh yeah, I was using that weird Divine team, which is actually pretty decent. That's what we switched it for. Does have a lot of potential though. Especially once hero gets buffed. But we'll go move blue. Go throw this onto first slot, I guess. Get that out of the way. Double check for alignment. We got it. Dead. How do we hit? No skulls. Luckily, they're just sitting there. Grab all that. Grab that. Throw an Infernus down with the blues. What else? We don't have enough to kill them yet. We also don't have an extra turn, so we'll just throw Infernus. That'll bring them to kill range. Double kill off of that. Double kill off of that. Double kill, go. And hit that. Got a bunch of manas, so of course we're frozen. The Dawnbringers. And that's still enough to kill because it double hits. Oh, duh! Never mind, it doesn't. It only double hits if it does the, That's fail. It hits too. What I was thinking there is, if you hit something that doesn't have barrier and it dies, and you hit something that does have barrier and it doesn't die, you would still end up killing the one that has barrier. But you would need two of them to actually be alive for that to work. Also, let me take this revenge and then we'll go do our yellow Guild War. The reason why I'm avoiding using it is because I don't want to run it against freeze. Which I guess technically we might be up against freeze in Guild Wars. But if I do see a non-revenge freeze, I will go for it. But I don't want to lose the revenges. Because it does have a pretty high chance of losing against freeze. Or at least having a struggle against freeze. So apparently, so does this team. Let's see. No, it's just basically every team in general. Forest Troll Nyx combo is insanely annoying. It's actually really common on Green Day too, which is even more annoying. Okay, so he'll do that. Can't really do much with everything else. We'll just go and throw a poke. Most annoying thing on his team's probably everything. So I'll go for the Summoner just so we don't have to deal with that. Are we frozen on yellow? No, we aren't because she just died. So that actually helps us now. We'll go for the double kill there. Killed out Nyx too, so we don't need to worry about mana drain anymore, so we're pretty much good to go. All you have to do is apply the last little bit of damage. He did freeze us on everything, but still, should be fine. Just throw an Infernus into a little bit more damage, and that'll be it. And at this point, all you have to do is double tap it. So we'll tap it once, and tap the other one. And then we just kill it with Infernus or any cast for that matter, and down it goes. Okay, now let's go do our green team, assuming we don't have a revenge. Also, what on earth was that name? It was like a mile and a half long. That name was... I can't even read it. The Legend of Verleri 2206. Be a player, not a brained payer. Ha! Or a no-brained payer. Let's see. Let's go and... another freeze! Really? Okay, well, we'll still go run our green team against it because it's not revenge. So we'll run Web Spinner, Yasmin, Dark Maiden, Queen Aurora. Does it work against freeze? No. But will it work? Hopefully. It does. It depends how quick of a start it gets, if it can actually work against freeze or not. And this is not the greatest of board to have it with, but hopefully we'll get a nice Dark Maiden. He did not ruin it, so we should be good. Throw it into green. That's almost full mana. He's entangled. Actually, the most useful thing that could have been entangled did get entangled there, so that's pretty nice. We'll take the reds. Have another Dark Maiden, but we just converted, so there's nothing to convert. We'll take the extra turn off the purple right there. We can go convert purple again, but don't need to. There's a little bit of amount of green on the board, so we'll throw the higher gem spawn first. Now we'll just go and try doing Web Spinner. And now we'll try doing Yasmin, and then Web Spinner, and then Yasmin, and then everything, and then win. Before I do, though, I think I'm going to go for Skull. Never mind, he's going to entangle me. No, don't do the Skull. So go for that. Throw a Web Spinner. We finally got frozen. It's a matter of time. But I think that's enough damage to kill. Almost. Web Spinner should clean. Okay, one more cast after Web Spinner will clean. And dead? Almost. We need one more hit. And dead. And that's pretty much what the team looks like. And that was against Freeze as well. Though, of course, if you got frozen immediately, that would play out much differently than how that did. But it's pretty bad against Freeze. It can win against Freeze. It depends how quickly you get started. But the general premise of the team is rush Dark Maiden as immediately as possible. Dark Maiden convert into green if you can. Otherwise, into either of these two troops, or really into anything. But actually, yeah, either of those two troops. Because those would be the only two you could do it into. So basically, convert it into anything other than red, and you'll be fine. Ideally green, but any color other than red would still work. Purple and green would be the absolute best. And just do that. Ideally, that would give up one of your two frontline troops. You then cast that frontline troop. Ideally, it'll hit. Then you just spam it, and then you go into an infinite loop, and then you win. And that is basically the general premise. It is not the most consistent of things, that is for sure. It is possible that it misses horribly. And that is bad when it does, but there isn't much you can do about that. Where's the code at? Oh, did I never post the code? Yes. My bad, guys. Yeah, I did say when I get the vault, I would give out a code. But then someone was mentioning that I wasn't doing questions. Then I answered questions, and that's what I was just doing now. Anyways, let me go back to the code. Forgot about it. Yep, let me go do that right now. Sorry, everyone. 1 second. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Codes. And this is our last code, so hopefully Salty gives me more tonight like she said she would, or today. She still hasn't. But if she doesn't, we're all out. But let me go get this. Copy that. Move that into the thingy. We'll have another 2 tomorrow, assuming she gives us more. She should. She's normally good about it, kind of. We'll see. But yeah, she's probably going to do it later tonight. By today, she probably meant tomorrow. Soon, TM. Anyways, okay, that code works. Let's go put it below me. It's today in Australian time, I think. Let's see. So her saying today probably means like way later in the day. Okay, we'll put that in there. Click OK. In Australia, today means tomorrow. Okay, we'll put that right there. And there we go. Okay. And is there anything else I need to go do? Oh yeah, I need to go copy paste that into chat. There you guys go. There's the redeem code for any of you that want to go use it. You use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section, or simply click that link, or if that link for whatever reason doesn't work, click game code on whatever page that link brings you to, and then it'll bring you there to the correct location. And yeah, use the same reward as always. You can only use it if you're on PC, mobile, or the Amazon, right? Yeah. Why did I forget what it was called all of a sudden? But yeah, it works on every platform except PS4 and Xbox One. Your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu. Whatever your game says there's what you put in for invite code. Redeem code is the one below that says redeem code, as well as the one in chat. And it gives the same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. And maps are actually useful for once because they are used in the little map event this week. Also newer players, it's just really good in general for newer players as well. Of course, the late game players, that mean nothing to them, but we're almost there. We need 2 more maps. 4,442. We're almost there. Anyways, let's go use the 1 gem key, I guess. What do we get? Anything good? Nope, runic. Well, that's better than me getting a useless ultra rare. I do find a runic to be better than an ultra rare because I actually may need runics in the future, whereas ultra rares I do not, as the current format of the game. Let's see. It's confirmed. I'm not a robot. I know. It keeps wanting us to confirm it. It must think otherwise. But what if you are a robot? Then you can't redeem codes, unfortunately. Robots not around. It's racist to robots. Okay, we'll go take the greens. Why does he have so many stargazers on his team? Does the AI actually know to constantly target him? I don't think it does. I think that's just a coincidence that it actually hit him. I'm kind of curious. I'm going to let it live. Will the next stargazer actually hit him? It did. What is the AI doing? Since when does the AI cast Stargazer correctly? It just casted every single one correctly. What are you doing, AI? You're actually functioning correctly. That's not what you normally do. Okay, we'll go take the skull, and that's obviously still way overkill. Even with it functioning correctly, it's still useless. And down it goes. That key didn't give you a Dragon Soul. Well, you can't expect that out of it. Though technically several people should, hey, we got a gnome. Technically several people should get a legend every single time we give out redeem code. Since there's 400 claims, and the drop rate is, numbers. I forget what it is now. I forget, is it 1% or 3% for legends? I actually completely forget now off the top of my head. Off of a gem key. I believe it's 3% off a gem key. Somewhere around 3%. So that means, with that being said, about 12 people should get a legend every single redeem code we hand out. Also, with that being said, that also means about every third redeem code we hand out, someone should get a mythic. Even if there's no report of it occurring. Someone should technically get a mythic. Okay, we'll go, take that. Go for the convert. And is that in kill range? Yeah. Does it actually kill him though? Yes, it does. There we go. And now we just need to do that again and we win. Yeah, this is a really interesting team. I don't know if I'm actually going to use it as a core team, but it is a lot of fun to use, I do have to say. Even if it's not really, I don't know, maybe I'll just use it for fun. Even if it's not the absolute quickest, I might just use... Aw, we got 2 minor warders from that. No wonder why I clicked so quickly. It was so useless that my mind was like, nope, I already knew it was going to be so bad. It just click immediately. Fail. But, yeah, that's his worst possible drop. Or at least for me. His other worst drop would be like 2 diamonds or something like that. That's Bird's key didn't give you a Sunbird. Yeah, that's the only really annoying part about Sunbird. Even though it's only an ultra rare, you can go a very long time without getting it. You can actually go like months if you get super unlucky. Though realistically, you'd probably get it in your first few weeks of playing the game, maybe even your first week. But yeah, it's a pretty core troop within the game, and it can be a little bit annoying not getting it. Same as not getting a Bullet or Dragonian Monk or Cockatrice or something like that. Or even like any of like the lower rarity converts like Alchemist, Apothecary, stuff like that. They're really insanely useful troops that not having them can be a little bit annoying. I was just making a new account too on the beta version. I was looking over my things, it's like, I'm missing all the good converts that are low rarity. I was like looking over my stuff and it's like, oh, I opened like several of these keys and now I still don't have anything good. What do I do? And I was stuck having to use like a whole clunky team of just boost ratios. Because there was no converts or anything to use with them. It was really strange. But luckily, if you play Arena for like several hours and you get like several glory keys from it, that would generally be enough to get the troops you need to build a legitimate team. So I just wasn't going to do that on the beta version because that would take too long. I would link my main account before I'd bother doing that. Or not getting Dragon Soul while seeing Tacet showing how to use all of it all the time. I know, I do overly do that sometimes in early game. Tesla and Dragon Soul I tend to overly show once I finally get it on a newer account. Just because they're so insanely overpowered in early game. It's like, all you have to do is use this legend. It's like, what if I don't have that legend? Yeah, I do understand that, which is why I try showing some of the cheaper teams. It's just, there's some things that cheaper teams can't do. Like trying to do pet battles. The only way you can get away with it is like barrier, spam, and devour. And that's about it. And there's barely any options for that in early game. And things like raids and invasions are near impossible with early game stuff. Same as Guild Wars. Which is going to be annoying when I finally do the video for it. I believe I'll do that next Guild War event. Go over videos to use while invading in Guild Wars. Of course, we did the Defend version this week. But the Invasion version will be even harder. Not so much for the late game one. Well, I guess slightly for the late game one, too. But more so for the early game version of teams. Because most of them are horrifically bad. Because Guild Wars was never really made with the intention of lower level players. It was kind of always geared more towards the late game. As a really competitive part of the game. We'll go through that in there. Get it in furnace down. We don't have mana for anything, do we? I'll still go for it. Also, how has he not tried hitting us yet on anything? Wait, did we just triple kill? What? Am I going crazy? Oh, duh. Wait, no. Hold up. Come on, replay, catch up. Wait. Did I triple kill off of... What? Wait. What? Hold up. How? Why? He killed 2 and then killed a 3rd. I thought he only kills 2 and that's it. Unless they revive or something. He legitimately just decided to kill 3. Maybe because they all have the same name? What? I've never seen that happen before in that way. How did he triple kill? Can anyone answer that for me? Am I missing something there? Anyways, we'll go poke him again. Sometimes he kills 3. I know he kills 3 if it replaces the, if it replaces with a summon. I've never seen it once. It's the first time I've seen it kill 3 when it's just a completely off to the side like that. Weird. Yeah, that is pretty powerful. Oh, if it's the same troop? Okay, that makes sense then. That's what I thought it was. But yeah, I guess if it's the exact same troop, it's... Yeah. It just glitches out and tries going for another one. Okay, well, it didn't do that when I was doing it up against, what's it called, though? When I did it up against, Drake Riders. It'll kill over top of them, but it won't kill, like, a random 3rd one when I did Drakes. But for Firebombs, it did, for whatever reason. Alright, we'll go get this down. I'm actually going to go Dragon Soul because it's enough damage to kill. Ideally, we'd have Convert here, which we do, actually. So we will go for it, if it would bother clicking, please. And it's almost matched. We just go for that. And that's the kind of triple kill that I am used to. Because it kills whatever revives over the slot where targeted. That I know about. I don't even know if that's a glitch or not. That's actually a really cool feature if that is intended. It's actually the factor of him that makes him like one of the best troops in the game right now. Is the fact that he can clean up revives like that. But I've never seen him just go for a random 3rd like it did that previous battle. Really weird. I know, #1 Mythic. You know, he might legitimately be the #1 Mythic right now. Not based on what his card says. Based on what his card actually says, he's about the 3rd to 5th Mythic in the game. But based on how he actually functions as of currently, with all the glitches that's related to his ability, someone could actually make the argument and say that he's the best troop in the game right now. Because he actually is pretty broken with how many glitches he has. He has like 3 different glitches. As far as if you compare what his card says compared to what he actually does. Okay, we'll go and... I need full mana. We'll grab that. And that's pretty much dead. We'll grab that into the hit. And then just Infernus it. And that'll be that. Please cast. There we go. From Guild Chest level 6. Would drastically jump. So would that be worth? Wait, what? Oh, sorry. I didn't read your previous comment. That would probably make more sense. Let me go do that. You got lots of Guardians. Mainly, so you ask it would be worth it to Orb of Ascension them. To level them from Legendary to Mythic. As when you have 4 copies of them to Mythic. Your chance for Mythic from Guild Chests for level 6. Using 6 Orb of Ascensions, 1 on each one to get them from Legend to Mythic. I don't know if that would be as worth it. Main reason for that is I feel like Legend to Mythic, particularly base Legends to Mythic, though really any instance of that. Well, actually... I guess if you're referring to any instance of that, that would be fine to do. I just always feel like doing it from on a Legend specifically to Mythic might be a little bit better. But if you have all 6 blue orbs, I would say yes, that would be worth doing. Though if you didn't have all 6 right now, I would say don't. But if you already have 4+ of all 6 of the Guardians, and you already have all 6 of the smaller orbs, I would say it probably would be worth going for. Because you would drastically increase the value of your chest. If you're getting 40,000 guild chests every single week, that would be very, very worth doing. So yeah, I would say go for it then. If and only if you have all 4 to 4 copies. I mean, all 6 to 4 copies, and you have all 6 orbs already. And you're getting 40,000 every week. If all those are yes, then it'd probably be worth doing. Question, next patch, will the weapons you spend $5 on still be worse than the free ones? Depends which ones you got for $5. Most of the $5 weapons are near useless, but there are a few niche ones that are insanely good, and they will still be insanely good next patch. Really, every weapon that's good now is still going to be good next patch, and every weapon that is bad now, for the most part, is still going to be bad next patch. Unless they're planning on some rebalances that aren't currently shown yet. But yeah, there's the weapons that you know that are already good aren't really going to change. It's just they're going to become even stronger, basically. It's just going to make hero more viable overall between the hero class changes and the other stuff. But every weapon that you know of currently that you know is like just completely useless are still going to remain completely useless for the most part. It's not really changing at all. Oops, I meant to click under troops and now it's lagging. I don't know if it's showing on your end, but my whole screen is just white now. Yeah, it's weird. It doesn't show up on stream, but it's showing a loading bar and it's completely white. I think I just crashed it. Good job. Opening troop menu crashes the game. There it goes. Anyways, let's go grab my mail. What do we even have? Defend reward. And yeah. But what was the $5 weapon even right now? Pretty sure it's the useless one. Let me see. Where even is it? Yeah, it's useless. Chris knife. Wasn't this really good when it first came out? Deal 26 damage to the last enemy, steal 2 magic. This actually wasn't too bad when it first came out. You have to keep in mind, that was like 2 years ago. These days, it's near useless with every other weapon that's been added to the game. Well, let's go take out some free fire bombs. Your cat is sitting on your mouse as you play Guild Wars. How should you proceed? Keep petting your cat while you play Guild Wars. Just don't let your cat play your Guild War battles for you. That would not be good. Let it play treasure maps instead. Teach your cat to play treasure hunt and you'll be good. Because that's the event objective. So your objective is to go teach your cat this week. See, that's how I want to kill 2. How to play treasure hunt so you don't have to. And if it hits the mouse enough times, it will learn. It will eventually do random moves. And if you can teach it to do that for hours on end, you will eventually deplete all of your maps and have a bunch of resources. That must be adorable, though, having a nice little cat warmer on your hand while you're playing Guild Wars. I miss having cats. I used to have cats for the longest time. Haven't for several years now. But since I was born until about like 18 to 19 or so, I ended up having cats, but I don't have any currently. I'm 23 right now. Might get more eventually. They're pretty adorable. Always Persians, though. I like Persians. They're nice, cute, and fluffy. Also, I'm slightly allergic to fur, and I'm not really allergic to Persians. They have much nicer fur. Let's see. What do we need? We'll go grab that down, I guess. Go. How does nothing have full? Oh, never mind. We can go for that. And if he revives, it still kills. The only problem now is this thing. Actually, will that still revive? Yeah, it's still going to revive in a way that I can't kill it. So I'm just going to Infernus it. And there it goes. Now we can kill it normally. Kill that out. And just poke it with anything down it goes. Yeah, I'll probably get a cat in the future at some point. Again. Just no time soon. What should your main goal be right now? You're rank 1 in PvP and you're level 40 hero mastery. Level 10 all kingdoms if you haven't already done that. And if you have level 10 all kingdoms, probably start going on the level 3 stars and 5-star grind on every kingdom. And to do that, you're going to need a lot of souls. Basically, if you haven't already, you're going to want to max level every single troop you own to as far as it can possibly go, focusing one kingdom at a time as you do so. Or simply putting a base value to all of them to get them to, like, let's say 3 stars or something. But, yeah, you'd want to start focusing on max leveling everything you have. By max level, I mean as far as they can go based on their ascension, not like actual max. But, like, if it's a epic, for example, you can get it up to level 18. Yeah, 18. If it's a legend, 19. Mythics, 20. Rears, 16, so on and so forth. But yeah, commons 15, rares 16. Should have said it in order. Ultra rare 17, epics 18, legendary 19, and mythics 20. Just whatever they're currently at, get them all to their max, and that will help give you a lot more kingdom stars. And the main reason for that is it gives you higher tributes, and eventually if you get them to 5 stars, it gives you higher stats as well. It also gives you more passive gold per day as well, just automatically. It's not a big amount, but it does accumulate over time to be pretty decent. Because right now you can see we're getting 572 gold per hour by doing literally nothing. What does that come out to per day? What's 572 times 24? So we're getting 13,728 gold per day by doing literally nothing. And almost all of that's actually from Kingdom Stars specifically. I think about 10,000 of that's actually from Kingdom Stars, somewhere around there. But it does add up. That might not seem like much, but 70,000 extra gold a day, that's helpful, for sure. Or not day, I mean per week. That would actually be very helpful if it was per day. Of course, you can do that in late game PvP in like half an hour, not even. But it's mainly the tribute chance and the Kingdom's extra stat bonuses that are particularly useful. Alright, let's go take a green over. Got a scope poke. Throw this onto first slot so we can go and double kill it. Go for the double kill. I don't know if that's damaged enough, but I'm going to hope it is. It is. Perfect. It's the exact 2 I needed to go down. And now we just throw it down again and we'll be good to go. That brings it to kill range. We throw it for the double kill if he lets us do our turn. If he lets us do our turn. Thank you. For a second I thought he was going to win right then and there. He could have if he actually turned that and he got a good Infernus into a few more Infernuses. Let's see. And should you focus on stars after level 10 kingdoms? Yes, you should get level 10 kingdoms first, then focus on stars. Level 10 is always first priority before you bother with stars. Next patch, that might be slightly different, because you can technically focus on both simultaneously starting next patch. But in the current format of the game, I would definitely focus on level 10 all before I would focus on Kingdom Stars. There's 2 completely different resources that you would need to farm out. You can technically do both at once if you have a Dragon Soul. You can run Dragon Soul in PvP and get souls while you're simultaneously doing PvP. And that could probably be one of your best bets at the moment if you're wanting to progress everything simultaneously. Is just run a soul farming team in PvP. Still make sure it wins quickly. So you'd probably need Dragon Soul or Soulzar or Fair Shra in order to do that. If you have one of those 3. But if you do, just run that in PvP and you'll pretty much be good to go. Because the 2 main resources you need to upgrade kingdoms, for the most part, are souls, or at least initially, are souls and gold. Gold because that's what you need to get them to level 10, and souls because leveling gives a good majority, at the current format of the game, gives a good majority of the points that you need towards getting kingdom stars. So it makes it quite a bit easier doing it that way. Does increasing the tribute chance mean the tribute for a specific kingdom can trigger more than once? No, it can only ever trigger once per hour. What these 2 actually mean, these 2 things over here, it says 2 things. Double tribute reward and double tribute chance. Double tribute reward, basically what this does is, there's a base value here. If I'm not mistaken, it is 20 for the specific kingdom. 20 glory is the base value. We have it doubled, so now we get basically another 20 on top of that. Basically, whenever it says that, it's just adding another, whatever the base value is. So the base value is 20 glory. We're now getting 40 glory because we got it up to double tribute chance. And then if we get it to triple tribute chance, which is all the way currently at 9 stars, that would end up giving us 60 glory for the reward for this. And then, of course, it 2 times. But yeah, that's basically how that functions. So it doubles it. And it just adds the base value, and then adds the base value 2 more times for 3 of the base value, essentially. As far as your tribute chance, basically what this does is it multiplies your chance right here. So assuming you have a level 10 kingdom, which you should definitely do beforehand, this would then make it 20% if you have the double tribute chance. And then if you get the other triple tribute chance, oops, I meant tribute reward for the previous one, but tribute chance, triple tribute chance. Try saying that 10 times quick. Triple tribute chance. I can't even say it once. But triple tribute chance we'll just do that 3 times over. So if you have 10% there, that'd bring it all the way to 30,000, as you can see. And that's what we're currently at. And what's important about actually having a relatively high tribute chance, and why it's actually the further down one compared to the reward, is multiple tributes triggering at once gives you gold keys and gems on top of that. So the amount of gold and gem keys you get from your tribute, if you haven't already noticed from when you've claimed tributes in the past, is it's however many tributes you got, -1 is how many gems you get, and however many tributes you get, -1 in brackets, multiplied by 2 is how many gold keys you get. So let's say you get a tribute of 6. You would get 5 gems and 10 gold keys from it, is what you would end up getting. And so on and so forth for everything else. So let's say 10, it would give you 9 gems and 18 gold keys, and so on. So it's definitely really nice to get multiple tributes at once. I think if I was to take my tribute every single hour, or let's say I took it for 10 hours. Well, let's just... my average tribute is basically 10 gems at the moment. Somewhere's around there. On top of all the other resources. So it's pretty nice at the moment from having all of them up. And it's only going to be even higher starting next patch. Which is going to be pretty cool. Also, thank you for your subscribe, Durong. Much appreciated. But it's something that's kind of overlooked, but it's definitely worth getting up. Even if you're only playing a few hours a day, that's still a decent amount more resources for free that you didn't even really need to do anything for. And you're going to have to upgrade everything eventually anyway, so might as well do it earlier than later. I'll go get that done. Yeah, there's quite a few early game teams that can win basically any battle once you have them. And Goblin, 4 times Goblin is definitely one of them. What do we need here? He has so much barrier right now. I guess we'll just take the green over. It's kind of the reason why we're kind of able or capable of defeating raids and invasions and stuff when they're ridiculously higher stats. There's quite a few things within the game that technically scale up to higher stats, like barrier, like things that tier or based on a ratio of some kind, based on what stats are, and or devour and stuff like that. So even if you don't have the stats or something is like 4 times higher stats than you or something, you can still technically defeat them with the right teams, just because there are troops out there that are capable of dealing with that kind of stuff. Devour into barrier is probably the most notorious one for it, because you take no damage, well, depending on the team. You can negate out all damage, and you can take all their stats for yourself and defeat them out that way. Let's see. That is where mobile has a huge advantage. You have a 1-hour timer on your phone, and you can just collect tribute every single hour. Yeah, mobile does have a pretty big advantage in that regard. Though PC will be gaining a huge advantage if they ever add hotkeys to to a keyboard. Because that will make resource accumulation while playing the game slightly higher while on PC, since you can just hotkey everything to make it go quicker. What do I need here? I do have convert. I'm actually going to go for that. I don't think that's enough damage, but I'm still going for it. And yeah, it's not enough. This is fail. Let me just go for Infernus then. Now we'll give us our double kill we need. Come on, let's see that triple kill that we were getting earlier for no reason. That would be perfect time to go get it. Oh, I didn't get it. Well, it'd help if we actually killed 2. We need to at least get 2 killed to even have the chance of that occurring off a glitch. Otherwise, it's just going to kill out the other one that didn't die. So 2 times Dwarves, Dwarven Gate, Valkyrie, Tesla is probably the best you can do, right? As a newer player, yes, it's one of the strongest teams you can build, assuming you have the Tesla. And of course, the rest of the team is ridiculously easy to own if you do have the Tesla. It's just 2 commons and a rare, all of which you likely already have, and if you don't, you could easily obtain. Of course, the Tesla being the only insanely hard component to actually obtain. What do we need? We don't have anything here. I think we're just going to go for the convert. But yeah, does anyone else have any other questions I may have missed? Feel free to go leave them, because I probably will be wrapping up soon. So if you guys do have anything you want me to mention or go over or anything, let me know. Otherwise, we'll be back later tonight in about 5.5 hours from now. We'll be back and just messing around with Guild Wars. I believe today's purple day. Wait, it is purple day, right? Yeah, tomorrow's a green day, even though people were asking about green day. But yeah, today's purple, tomorrow's green. So we'll be messing with some kind of purple day. I don't think there's anything new for our statues on purple day, but we'll still be doing that. Going over dungeons, all the normal good stuff we normally do. And still answering any questions then. 5.5 hours from now. And we'll be back tomorrow, same time as always. And I will not be late. There will not be a Windows updates. Though, of course, I could still oversleep, but hopefully that doesn't happen. But, yeah, tomorrow we'll be back same time, or the correct time, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 1 p.m. I'll go move that down, which is in, how long is that from now? That is 20 hours from now is when that will be. I'll move that. I always feel the need to do that because, of course, time zones. It's always easier saying how many hours from now it is than saying a time zone thingy. Because almost no one knows how to convert any of them. Let's see. Does the code work on Xbox? No, it does not, unfortunately. Only PC and mobile does the code work on. Oh yeah, by the way, check the code if you haven't already. Anyone on PC, mobile, or Amazon version. Literally anything other than Xbox One or PS4 it works on. Also, we're finally getting daily tasks, by the way. Console has had this for ages, but PC, mobile, and Amazon are finally getting it next patch, which is kind of cool. They're not really too useful, and they're being revamped slightly starting next patch, but still, they're a little bit of free resources for doing something ridiculously simple every single day. And you could just do it with your dungeon. It's kind of like dungeons where it takes like 30 seconds, or a few minutes, I mean. It's basically going to be the same way. You just do something for a few minutes and you get like a really small reward for it every day. It's essentially the exact same thing, except it's not specifically dungeons. I think it'll be worth it to craft a second Ubistet. Probably not. I might, just because I have more diamonds than I know what to do with, and that does seem like something fun to mess around with, just to kind of see what it can do. Because I've seen some people using it already, stuff like that, and there might be some kind of team in the future with those kind of troops that does require 2 of them. I think I will craft a second one of them. I do not think it's worth crafting another one, though, even though I will be crafting another one. The only reason I will be is I have this many diamonds. We have enough to craft basically 5 mythics right now. So obviously I can... It's not going to hurt my amount of diamonds at all by crafting a second Ubistet. But I would say it's probably not worth it to the normal player unless you have like almost every other mythic, if not every mythic in the entire game. I'd much rather, if you didn't already have one, probably just go for a useless mythic that you don't own rather than going for a second Ubistet. Unless you really feel like you're going to be running 2 times Ubistet always, it's not going to be worth getting another one. Let's see. On this beta version you're testing, did they give you everybody, or do you have to fish for them? What? No, we did not get everything, but we can link our actual accounts to it to have everything. So whatever we have on our normal accounts, we can. Though as of currently, I've just been testing with a brand new account, testing some of the earlier stuff, because a lot of people tend to not do that, so. And I already found some glitches that were specifically early related as well, by doing that. But, yeah, so they don't actually give us anything, but we could just use our main accounts. It doesn't actually keep the progress on our main accounts, though. But I could legitimately just go use this account, open all these keys, see what we get from them. Could do the most mass key opening ever and have no consequence since it doesn't actually deplete our resources. So, yeah. Let's see. There's, I believe, one other question mentioned I didn't get to. I think it'll be... Never mind, I already answered that one. Yeah, a lot of stuff in this game is based on luck. The drop table is based on luck. The way the gems cascade is based on luck. Those still... You can still move in ways that it's not as luck-based, but it is still luck what actually ends up falling at a given time. Let's see... let's see... Is that all the questions? I didn't see any. Was there any other ones? I read through all that and it didn't seem like anyone was asking anything. It was just mainly comments to other stuff that people were mentioning. But yeah, I guess I'll be heading out then for today, guys. I will see you all later. Thank you so much for coming down. Really appreciate it. As I mentioned, we'll be back 5.5 hours from now at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we are every night. Mainly just doing Guild Wars for today. and we'll be going over just the Guild War team. And, yep, just messing with stuff, chilling. Maybe go do a little bit more Bounty Hunter, maybe a little bit more maps, you know, just normal stuff, and answering questions again. Let's see. You mentioned the game crashing when you two have too many troops. I've never seen that happening. Is that a known bug? Because it takes forever for you to get into the troop menu. Oh, the crashing. That does happen to me occasionally. I think it's only when my computer's being a little bit towards the laggier side, which it has been during the stream. Oh no, it hasn't happened to me too often. Maybe like once every 2 or 3 weeks, like it did right now. Yeah, I guess it could be because it's just trying to load too many things. There is 510 troops currently within the game. Of course, no one owns, what's his name? What is his name? No one owns Zugoff. But yeah, there's 210 troops in the, or 510. Not to mention it's loading all the weapons, which is like 200. It's loading all banners, which is a bunch of that. It's loading all the code for the bonuses. It's loading everything related to pets. So I guess it is trying to load a little bit too much at once, maybe. Maybe they'll finally separate these. Maybe they'll move like troops away from it. I don't know. Problem is they can't really move too many of these away. Like, what are they really going to remove? The only thing that they could remove from this tab is pets, basically. But it'd be kind of weird having them somewhere else, because where would they put them? It'd be almost like no proper place. Maybe we could have like a little nursery little thing. Oh no, not a kennel. I'm trying to think of a proper word for it. But like a little thing for pets, kind of like to house them properly. They could have like a little thing for that. Maybe under games they could have like the pet thingy. Not nursery. I'm trying to think of like a pet something. I don't know the right word for that, but have it like under mini games or something. Just so it's not in that tab, so it doesn't have to load as much. I don't know. I don't know if that's actually what's causing that to happen though. No problem for the stream. And I believe that's everything. So anyways, guys, thanks so much for coming down. I'll see you all later. And goodbye, everyone. Pet Sanctuary. Yeah, that would kind of work as a proper word for that. Wait, what was the page with the circle gauges a moment ago? Oh, that was the page. I mean, the page. I almost just said page. This one? This is the pet mastery page. This is just your pet, all the pets you own. And the thing over to the left is every single time you do 5 levels on a pet, you get 5 gems. Every single 25, you get a standard orb. And every 100, you get a larger orb. Every 5 levels that you put into your pets. Or, you know, every level frame that you do into the pets. So every level you do counts towards that. But yeah, this is just the pet page going over all the pets that you have, their bonuses, and feeding them and stuff like that to go and level them. Not Sanctuary. Cemetery. No, not a cemetery. It's not a cemetery. Anyways, guys, I'll see y'all later. Goodbye, everyone.